Jungle Book.
I know. Except for the kid. The kid is real.
The Lion King, there's never any like people that are in it, so what are they gonna do? Like, and I'm hoping that it's not like a Wall-E film where there's no talking, it's all pantomime.
No, they have voice actors cast. So
James Earl Jones is still
James Earl Jones is Mufasa, Billy Eichner's Timon, Seth Rogen's Pumbaa, Donald Glover's Simba, Beyonce's Nala.
Yeah.
Rafiki is... Who's Rafiki? Can't remember. Scar's Chirleno for.
Chitwan Engine 4.
That guy. Yep. He was also...
Not Digimon Hansu. No, not Digimon Hansu.
Yeah. The edgy guy.
He was in Star Wars.
My aesthetic.
I'm putting them in the squares. There's a reason why they're not in the squares. Well, I'm putting them in the squares. Nature doesn't accord to your rules.
Wait,
Nature affording people dizzy.
Is Colby coming?
He said I
Or online?
I don't know. He got really excited because I told him game tomorrow, on Tuesday when we came down to see you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I said game tomorrow, and he was like, "Is tomorrow Thursday?" I was like, "No, wait, tomorrow's Wednesday." I forgot, and he got really disappointed.
Alright, we're in Discord and nobody's in Discord yet. But I thought I would get some fun.
The world just shrunk.
Actually, it did shrink the thing. Too tall, otherwise it's just gonna get.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Sorry.
Get up with the face. That's where Reese is running away.
It's just
You're playing. All gravy.
Oh, baby.
Alright, so that. What do you think of the new dig? Dodger!
I don't know. I mean,
Cramped.
I will they need to section us off. And she's gonna look at a bunch of half walls to section us.
That's what
Yeah, you guys-
Jared, before I left yesterday, there was you saying
right, so that you need to be separate from the talking.
they're gonna buy, I think 4-foot divider or 3-foot dividers with glass on top, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it'll be like the other one.
Yeah.
But nice.
Hey guys. Go. So, you know what?
Alright.
It's okay. I just got
You beat Reese still, so
just got
that's
everything
not hard. So here's Ari when you go invisible. Nice. Until you get us the hero forge. That's cool. Yeah, we printed everybody's invisible characters
There's new acting
except for
this staff.
Thornock. Yeah, I didn't have invisible characters. Oh yeah, I'll print that or something. Way too much to print.
I know, right? It's right there. How long did it take? I tried to
So the great thing about the resin one is, no matter how many are on the build plate, it's all based on height. Because it can do all of them at
Oh,
once.
it's so nice.
So none of them end up going over like 3.5 hours. So but I can pack the build plate with like 6 or 7
That's
of
so
them.
much better. The one I've got going right now is I put 4 figures on the plate and it's like 12 hours or something for the PLA. I was like,
Yep. Especially when you're doing the slow settings and like 0.08.
yeah,
I really regret not getting a Priest's physical copy. I like the PDF for the cheaper. Yeah, I can still buy one. I just don't have money for it. Okay, Chef bought us another one.
I remember it was way
Awesome.
Last time, I still didn't listen. I still didn't watch the.
We got the ram.
I needed to.
We ripped his arms out of his socket, put him back in the socket.
Well, you
Yeah.
dislocated his.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We decided we need to go back for the treasure, and we found a secret entrance thanks to an amazing roll.
Roll the natural 20.
Yeah, we found a secret door with all the treasure. We could hear him talking. We just opened our bag of holdings and just like, and then they noticed us and we're like, bye, and we ran away. He threw a bunch of like ball bearings on the ground, and somehow the snake slipped on him.
Well, the snake
We
didn't.
escaped.
The snake didn't, but all the other ones weren't snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
there was only
Pure
one
blood.
abomination
Right.
that was
And we got the red rubies from the snake eyes that you popped out
That's right.
too. So we got everything. And Varam.
I'm so proud.
He
Did we write
said,
down the treasure for?
yeah, we all wrote it down.
I know somebody wrote it down specifically.
I think you did, Preston.
I did. Let me get my hero.
So we split it evenly. And then Varam...
There's a couple things that we have to go find prices for, but
Right.
because I got 2 cloudy emeralds
We did. Oh, and we
and
did some.
a necklace of chrysoprase.
We did some
beads.
identification as well.
And then
Oh, yeah.
someone else has the rubies.
I have the rubies.
Yeah. And then Varam told us he would cooperate and...
Ari rewards 16 platinum pieces.
Hold on. I'm having a hard time getting to my.
You look like you're ready for poker night rather than. This is live, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, we're live? Hi.
You.
Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. No more classist slurs, you wizard.
I'm not classist.
I just think that all other classes are lower
Subpar.
than me. And I can prove that scientifically.
I have a really good intelligence score, so probably.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay, so.
Bears are going to war.
Equipment.
I'm
Okay.
not
Okay,
even
ready?
worried about it.
It's fine.
'Cause
16 platinum
Chef still
pieces.
has food. In
Well,
his
I
bowl.
gave him more because I couldn't remember if I fed him this morning
16.
That's okay.
Nice.
until he gets
It's-
fat.
And then 133 gold pieces.
Well, there's, like I said, there's still food in Chef's own bowl, so Dodger will steal from it. Which
133.
Scrolls, we got scrolls, sending stone. That's all right. 34 potions for of healing for Rhaenyra. No,
34 potions of healing.
That's actually
Oh, yeah.
that's
we bought that guy out.
bought a whole bunch of potions of healing
this was
and shoved
wild.
them into.
We literally bought a guy out.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're like, how many do you have? He's like,
enough.
34. And you're like, I want all of
I'm
them.
like,
And a
okay.
box of like 10
Because,
random
I mean,
potions, remember?
We
I
did.
haven't spent my
Oh,
gold
yeah.
on anything
Oh
else.
yeah, we still have a box of random potions that Thornhawk has.
hasn't hadn't needed to drink yet.
I might try and steal one from him and see what happens.
Okay, so.
Oh, and we got magic beans.
Yep, the magic beans, you throw them at something.
They explode when you throw them, but if you plant them, like something random happens.
Yeah.
Like nobody knows.
Like D100 levels.
You roll a D100.
It's like the deck of many things, but
with beans.
With the beans of many things.
I forgot
The beans
about
of
that.
Deck of mini beans.
So,
Beans of many
so then we made our
It's just
escape
regular
out with
playing cards,
Varam.
but instead of
and
like
we
diamonds,
got
it's just different
safely
types
into
of
the
beans.
woods. We got visited by a scout from the Emerald Enclave.
Oh right, it was a
It was an owl,
An
like
owl.
and he basically just talked to
owl.
Brahm.
I leveled up. I got a new totem. Thinking Clash of the Titans.
Oh, I'm like,
Brahm has a
what
new
about XP? Do I
totem.
not get
XP. There was XP. I did not write it down.
I didn't write down the XP.
We are. Just tell them what we're at.
I am at 61,204.
I am precisely that as well.
I'm just a little below that. That's okay.
Might have been a roll.
Good
plan.
recap, though.
Sorry, I did your
No,
job.
you're fine.
I didn't know we were live. Otherwise, I would have let
Honestly, I'm completely
The
okay.
GM does not care that someone else does the recap.
You know how many times I've said who wants to give the recap and then had to give it myself because nobody remembered what happened?
So this GM is proud.
Every week, yes.
And
you have made me proud.
You
Plus
might,
one on your next roll.
Oh, I was gonna say, and you might get inspiration.
Actually, I'll just give you advantage. That's fine. Advantage.
Hey, even better. Okay. Advantage on my
Now I need you to roll me a Constitution save for your sobriety. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's with advantage.
Get that out of the way. You're more sober than you've ever felt.
I know.
No, we actually are going to begin tonight on the road again.
On the road again.
Willie Nelson.
Road again.
The party is on their way back to Waterdeep. Traveling along, you've basically left the Serpent Hills at this point. The ground around you has become a lot less craggy, a lot less rocky, a lot less arid, and you've entered more into the gentle rolling hills that is the Sword Coast proper. And there's sparse forests in the distance. You know, everything is going fine. You've been on the road for a few days, and your dwarvish prisoner, he hasn't made any escape attempts. He's been very silent. If anybody asks him any questions, he always just says that he'll talk to the council as soon as you get him to Waterdeep. But he won't talk before then.
During this period of time, would I have had time to work on any more earpieces?
Absolutely, yeah. You've got 2 days worth.
Okay.
And was I assisting you on that? I thought I was helping you.
Yeah.
If you, yes.
So those of you who
was
are
it
magic
arcane
iteming,
check?
yeah,
Arcane
arcane.
check.
Remind me, what did the scout from the Emerald Enclave say?
He said Ari will die in 3 days, and that we should prepare for the worst. No, I'm just kidding.
And it has been 3 days. 7 days. No, actually, the scouts came and let them know that they were hunting the Yonti. And they sent they saw some griffins with riders fly overhead.
That's right.
And head into the tomb that you guys had left.
Oh, okay.
Basically
We
the
already
cleanup
took all the
crew.
treasure.
Don't tell them that. They don't know.
Okay.
I'm sure
There was never any treasure.
What he means is there wasn't any treasure.
I got a 30 on my
Find
Arcana
anything.
check to help you.
All we found
Okay.
were rocks.
I don't know what
There's
that
4
does.
rubies in these 2 statues.
It's been
Feel
a while.
free.
I've got here.
Yeah.
So 20 days total.
You guys got
for
rubies,
days.
too.
Not from the snake statues.
No, those were the rubies from the snake statues.
No. I'm talking about the ones that activated when he snagged
Yeah, we pulled the rest of them out.
Yeah, they didn't put
But
them
we-
back in the statues. They
But
put
we
them in the
gave
treasure.
them to the...
Yeah, and they put them in that treasure pile.
Oh,
Yeah, when we saw it, we were like, rubies! And then
nice. Okay.
It's been a while. It's okay. It's okay.
I didn't know those 2 were related. thought it was
I think
other
what
ones.
we. So I'm trying to read my chicken scratch here. I had 3 pairs total. We finished one of them. We've got 25 gold per day. There's 20 days total I needed to do. I have 4 days with a dash. And 150 gold for 2 days. 6 days worth. My chicken scratch sucks. But I know we finished one, so
Isn't this supposed to be online?
1 out of.
Didn't you put stuff online?
It is online. It's just I suck at writing things that made sense then. It doesn't make sense now.
It's that type of chicken.
Very
Yeah,
shorthand.
Okay.
It's illegible.
I think you had
read us
to.
back the minutes.
I think
from
what
last
it
game.
was saying is
4
it
games
takes
ago.
you 6 days to make one.
3,
on the road.
6 days to make one, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's 4 days. We finished the one.
And then we're
So-
4 days into another one.
4 days in another one.
Yeah.
So then there's 2. So that would be 6. So I have finished 1 more. So
Okay.
now I still have 1 more to complete. So I have 6 days worth more left.
Is this your like
But you do have
communication
another
language
pair
or
of
something,
earrings,
or-
right?
Yeah.
So now
there-
you can give somebody else
One
an earring. So
more.
now we both have them.
Yes. Left.
So
6 days needed. There. That's more clear. Screw all that other gold stuff because I already took the gold out for it.
yeah, we already paid
All right.
for them.
Okay. So I guess on the road we'll be like, well, everyone, I've completed another one, and if you'd like, my friend here might be able to fashion an earring or something and make it nice.
So is this the
It's a
one that has
set.
the message spell in it?
Mhm.
And you can just cast that on your own, right?
I can just cast it myself. So if you
So
two would like one, here you go.
I'll at least take one.
Sure.
So we're all connected to each other now,
Except for
or
Thornock. Yep. Okay. Except for the
earring.
Well,
top
anyone who
one.
has the earring can hear. So Thornock and I can't hear in that participate in that
Basically,
spell.
so you'll still want to. I still want to have them.
Never,
so you
yeah,
can
they're like
hear.
networked, but me and him aren't.
Eventually, I want you to make a homebrew item.
Okay.
They're actually pretty easy to make. So
Okay.
Yeah, I was just realizing I didn't write that. I didn't write it down anywhere. That
Create
I had this.
homebrew item earrings.
Earring
I
of
didn't, I
texting.
didn't know what to call it.
earring of message. Sending.
Message ring. Message.
Message.
Okay, got it.
Message.
All right. So the other ones. So just go ahead and write that down, and then I guess you 4 are able to communicate, but Thornock and I are still out of the network for now.
Now is it like a once a day use thing or?
Message is a cantrip.
Okay.
So that would be. My assumption is that it would
Every
be
6 seconds.
you'd be able to use it, for a brief conversation.
There's
If
like
you-
a
if you look
character
up,
limit.
If for the moment, if you look up message, that'll tell you what the message spell does.
I think you have a character limit of like 100.
It is. It's like it's like a sentence.
It's like a tweet. You literally, it's a tweet.
Yeah. It's like a sentence. You say-
Hashtag Colt is here.
and whoever you send it to can reply. But the effect of these rings is that they communicate with each other rather than
Right.
to a person. So it's limited in that respect.
I feel like this could go really good or really bad just from watching, like TV shows where everybody's on a communicator, and then all of a sudden there's like a loud crackling noise.
You mean the magic Avengers communicator that they all have but never put in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Thornock, when he goes to the bathroom, doesn't turn it off. He has the PA system on.
That's a very good
They
possibility.
used to have a raid member that would do that. Because he'd just forget that it was speak to talk, and he would just do this.
Yeah.
And then we'd be like yelling at him to try to get him to hear it. And occasionally be like, sorry guys, and he'd click it. Oh, sorry guys.
Okay. So you guys, you're on your third day. Lunira and Tavish are getting used to their new earrings that are kind of clipped to their ears. It's not like a pierce, unless you want it to be a piercing.
I was thinking of piercing
mine's piercing.
to be like up.
I look like
You want
Because essentially I was
like
making
a stud,
like...
almost like
Kind of.
right?
I was thinking like more like a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like a
Just
top,
something
like in
like-
the
Just got like a little
Yeah.
pretty, basically it's like the sending
Gold
stone, but it's a
band.
message stone, like a little
Yeah.
bead or something that goes on it.
Yeah.
However you want
Mine
to
doesn't
fashion
have
it.
to be pretty. It could just be a gold circle. I'm good with
Make it
that.
awesome.
mine has a feather. It's like
Of course.
Feather. How big is this feather?
it's small. It's like
Oh,
And
it's
you
like
guys
a
are
small-
traveling down this kind of winding road. It's a different road than you took to get here, just because of the way things worked out. And you round the bend, and you see ahead of you there are a few rows of trees that don't look like a forest. They're in very tight rows. They're very straight rows, and everything. And you can see that there's a fence that's actually surrounding them, except for it's kind of like it's more of a stone wall than a fence, actually, like a bunch of stones kind of stacked on top of each other to form a wall. Except for that part of the wall is broken in and scattered. It's kind of like, well, sort of. It's more like a
cobblestone wall?
like a cobblestone wall. Too high in Minecraft, so that the zombies can't get through.
Oh, okay.
And you guys are walking, and you see this broken cobblestone wall. You see a couple of these trees. They look like they've got just these giant claw marks on them, and there's a bunch of fruit that's kind of just been scattered on the ground and is hanging around or smashed everywhere. And you hear this like gentle wind chime, kind of tinkling in the distance. It's making a melodious music. And as you guys get closer, the tree closest to you shifts a bit, and then rises and turns.
I don't notice.
You don't notice. Ram is continuing on.
I do.
And it shifts and turns and kind of rises up. It doesn't rise up too much higher, and you see that there's actually a face on this tree, and a big like tangle of branches. It's got one branch that has a wind chime in it. It looks a little like that.
I am no tree.
And it's kind of got this big bulging knot around its midsection to kind of give it that kind of pot belly look to it. And it turns and it regards you all, and it says, "Ah, adventurers on the road. How are you today?"
We are well. How are you?
I bow low.
Did we drink something I wasn't aware of?
I'm just like
Tree
staring
just-
like what the heck
I
is
am doing
that?
quite well as well. Tavish,
Yes.
it's been a long time, friend.
Can I roll to see if I remember who
Yes.
he is? All right.
You guys can hear the tree,
Right.
right?
You want a history check?
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
I didn't know trees could talk.
Okay, I get advantage
There was
because I'm in
something in
my
my
favorite terrain.
What did you say?
It gets. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Advantage because it's his favorite terrain.
Both tens. 11.
Yes, you do remember it. This. You remember his nickname, not that he likes his friends to call him, not his actual formal name.
Yeah.
His
Not
nickname.
Billy?
No, it's Lumber.
Excuse
Is his last name Jack?
Lumber. For a second there, I thought you didn't recognize me.
Oh, it's been a while.
It has been a while. How have things been?
So give me a little background on.
So you met Lumber back probably about 5 years ago when you were walking through one of the Sylvan forests.
Okay.
Basically, he was there as just part of a contingent
Or hit-
from a
hit
group
equals
helping
go.
kind of repair part of the blighted forest.
Yeah.
Is it spelled lumber like ER or lumbar like AR? Like he has a bad back.
You actually remembered that while his nickname is Lumber and everybody chuckles about it, it's because of the way he walks. He's kind of got that lumbering gait that gave him the name.
Concord Great.
And basically he was kind of in the cleanup crew, restoration crew. But that was far to the east. Like you didn't expect him to ever get this far.
How long ago?
That was about 5 years ago. Yeah.
So, what are you doing this far west?
Well, I'm running an orchard.
It's pretty good.
I see. It's kind of in disarray.
Yes, things have not been going too well.
Isn't it slavery for a tree to run an orchard?
With the trees?
Yeah.
Isn't it slavery for humans to raise children?
Fair point.
Wise words as always, my friend.
I say, besides, I don't believe our friend Lumber here is necessarily a tree. He seems to be much more.
Yes, I am a treant, actually.
A tree.
Trent.
Treant.
Trent.
Ant.
Hey, Trent.
Tramp.
Lumber, actually.
Lumber. This is so confusing.
Tramp.
He's even correct on his nickname.
Just, it's easier if you call me Lumber. Very few people remember the real name.
Is it in Treantish?
No, it's in common. It's Fornigan, if you want to know.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Well, I have never met a speaking treant before. It's a very rare treat. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, it's pleasant to meet you too. Any friends of Tavish are friends of mine, right? We're friends.
Yes, these.
Indeed.
I have been traveling with these people for the last couple months.
And he kind of
What do you mean, these people?
he kind of tilts his branches
Not
to the side and he actually looks at the dwarf that you had tied up and he goes, including that one?
Only for the last couple days.
All right.
Not a friend.
Okay.
Be careful, he has dysentery.
And lice.
What is that?
He has lice.
I lean over and I
He has
whisper,
termites.
It's like bark rot.
Ugh.
Yes.
Poor thing. Anyway, come in. And he kind of pushes a little bit of the rubble out of the way of the wall and everything, and kind of motions you all in. I've been doing some work for the Druidic Circle to the south. They're working on restoring the forest, and I help them out by selling my wares and getting a little bit of coin for them.
It looks like something has happened to your wares.
Yes, I'm afraid that would be owl bears.
Oh.
Indeed, they have been
Very bad luck.
Usually I get 1 or 2 a year that try to come in and attack the grove, take my fruit, steal my honey, that sort of thing. But I can usually fend him off. I am a big fellow after all. And this
how big
time,
is he?
He's probably about 10 to 12 feet tall. He's a shorter tree. He's not like a big one.
Okay.
But you can tell like if he were a human, he'd be a stocky human, right?
Gotcha.
He's kind of got that rotund belly.
He's a
kind
dwarf of
it.
treants.
Yeah, he's a dwarf of treants.
I mean, scale, essentially, right?
Yeah, okay. So you don't have to look up too much to see his face.
Except for Brom.
But I mean, unfortunately,
It's just par for the
last week I got attacked by 8 of the creatures.
They usually don't travel in packs that size.
No, they don't. These ones were especially ferocious.
They do travel in herds.
Any idea
walk in single file to hide their footprints.
if there was anything other than their number that was different about these owlbears?
I didn't see too much. I was too busy trying to fend them off. I took 2 out. If you want to take a look at them.
Well done.
Yeah, let's
I would
take
like
a
to
look at
examine
him.
the body. That'd be nice.
And he kind of motions off to the distance a little bit where you can see a couple carrion birds are swirling around. He's like, I didn't really know what to do with them, but there they are. Tavish, you're an adventurer, right?
Yes.
I mean, you all are, correct?
Indeed.
Sort
I'm
of.
a scholar. But I adventure.
He's on an adventure right now.
I mean, adventurers like helping. I need help. Perhaps I could contract you to take care of these owlbears for me?
Of course, anything, friend.
Wonderful.
Well, what about the dwarf? I mean, not that we're not going to help you, but what do we do with the dwarf?
I have a cellar that we could put him in. I'm very good
He's
at locking it.
escaped it before.
Well, that was with my help.
That's true.
Okay.
There's a lot here that I'm not.
It's a long story.
How long do you believe that it might take to locate these owlbears? Because if it's not too long, I can persuade him.
I guess that depends on Tavish.
I should be able to track them. There's some pretty obvious clues as to the direction they were
All right.
heading.
I'm gonna take my hand. I'm gonna put it on the dwarf, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna cast suggestion, and I'm gonna say, now you be a good boy, stay here, and don't attempt to escape.
He doesn't even resist. He just takes the suggestion. So
Boom!
I actually have magic circle.
For 8 hours.
No, it only lasts an hour.
Lumbeard. Lumbar.
Lumbeard.
lumber. It's all right.
Lumber. Are you a vegetarian?
Well, yes.
Cannibal.
I
And he
figured.
reaches over and he plucks one of the pears off of a tree and just like plops it into his mouth. It just like opens wide and you can hear the clunk 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 as it falls in.
Where does it go?
How intriguing is
Don't
this
ask
like a
that
Venus
question.
fly?
It decays and gets
Into his
absorbed.
Becomes.
And then the seeds
okay.
come out.
Compost.
Do the
Compost. Okay.
And the seeds come out.
Are you asking about how a tree defecates?
I mean,
Well, the only
if
thing
we
that
have
comes out- the only thing
time.
that comes out of trees is oxygen. So.
We're breathing.
But if
Oh man.
Oh no.
New spin.
Anyway, the reason I asked is because I figured an owlbear
breathing
would provide great meat. And
Oh, unfortunately, usually their meat is very gamey, from what I understand. But I don't usually consume meat. It doesn't agree with me. If it's been rotting long enough, and he points over at the other two, I can usually compost it, but that's about it.
by
Well,
eating it.
I just like sink into the soil around it a little bit.
Fair point.
Just shimmy. Just do a little shimmy.
It just doesn't start twerking.
Top of the compost
tree and twerking away. Maybe I should have given him like a long stalk of wheat in his mouth and a country bumpkin while
So
we're at it.
Travish, if we come across owlbears, which I bet we will, do you want to put 10 pounds of owlbeast meat?
We could use it to actually eat.
Well, I mean, I would like some proof that you killed the owlbears if you want to bring back their claws.
Okay.
They have claws.
You should educate them on owlbears before you get to
I
the.
assume
will
they
while
would
we're
have
tracking it.
talons.
I know adventurers don't usually do things for free, and unfortunately I don't have much, but I do have a little bit of my stock left over. I've got a crate of assorted fruits, some apples and pears.
Do you have cider?
Fermented. I have a whole crate of honeymead left that I have yet to sell off that I'd be more than happy
I'll do
to
it for
part.
the crate.
Speaking of, I still have some.
Mhm.
Like actual honeymead, sorry. Go on.
Oh.
Sorry, in real life.
IRL.
I was like, it's from my monastery.
I
IRL.
think we drank all of
I
that.
think you're right.
I miss it.
I miss it.
In the meantime, I mean, if you
miss
want to
the
get tracking
imaginary
and get on the
honey.
road, I'll take your dwarf friend here, and he kind of motions, and Varam follows him to, and he goes up, and there's this ruined shack, and it doesn't look like it's ruined like owlbears got into it. It looks more like he just kind of moved in. And he opens up the cellar doors, and Varam walks down into it, and he closes them back up, and then he kind of just concentrates a moment, and these giant roots just go and just like surround and knot in front of the cellar doors
Nice.
to seal them shut.
I say now, just so you know, this dwarf is a ranking member of the cult of the dragon, which is why he's our prisoner. He's escaped from us once before, and he is tougher than he looks, perhaps, or than he's acting currently.
Oh,
So,
This cult, are they bad people? Like extremely bad? Like end of the world sort of bad?
trying to summon Tiamat, bad.
Oh, that is bad. Well, I'll be sure to keep a close eye on him then.
Thank you.
Of course, I need to work on getting the wall repaired and the harvest. Oh, what I really need are some fairies. Oh well. And he just kind of like saunters off a little bit to get to work, starts picking up stones and
Well,
putting
we
them
got an
down.
orc, half orc that could possibly help you for a little bit of the time.
No, I'm all right. I think you guys will need all the help you can get against the owlbears.
Probably true.
He's
Doesn't think
pretty correct.
Doesn't think I'm strong enough.
Iris.
Who here has fought an owlbear before?
I don't. definitely have.
In my nightmares.
Doesn't count. Good attempt.
I don't even know what they look like. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen them.
Picture a bear.
Most people don't believe they
Let's
exist.
check out
We
the
can't
bodies.
hear you. Hold on.
I would say picture a bear
Prob-
with an owl
Okay, Trina.
head.
That's actually
A bear
quite
made out of
accurate.
owls.
No.
Bear man.
Hold on.
So he has wings. Can it fly?
That's what I was going to ask, actually.
No, they cannot fly.
Perfect.
They
So they're like
they
penguins.
kind of fall gracefully
Okay.
on inclines.
But they're heavy like a bear.
So
They're
you
like
you all
chickens.
head over, and it takes you're about halfway to this pair of bodies when the stench hits you. These corpses have been rotting for about a week,
Yeah, they definitely,
and you see two creatures that look like that,
Okay.
except for corpse-like.
Wow.
So
Pretty.
yep, pretty much just a
Rough.
bear with kind of feathers and a little bit of an owl face and whatnot. So
I
And
picture it
he's-
to be like a mixture of feathers and fur.
yeah, probably like feathers up top and kind of going down to the fur, like moonkin.
Yeah.
I was actually just gonna say it. That I'm thinking of a moonkin,
Yep,
except for
Very-
four legs.
very
instead of
similar,
two, and not quite so pear-shaped.
Well, the book just shows them with 4 legs. They can walk around on.
Yeah, they in fact they often do like walk around on 2 legs like a normal bear. They can,
Do they dance?
They can get up. No, they don't dance. No,
Dance, magic, dance.
they will peck your eyes out and then eat everything else on you. So
Sweet.
They won't eat the eyes?
Yep.
They
And
just pick they just peck the eyes out.
Do they
don't
barf
eat
you up like they do, like owls do with rats?
All right, we're getting off track here.
Anyway.
Nothing but your bones.
Focus.
you'll have to find out that question personally.
All right.
Okay, so
Let's track them.
the bodies.
Oh, the bodies.
Yes.
The bodies!
So now everyone knows what they look like, or at least what.
Is there anything you want to do with
Partially
the
rotted
like
corpses.
examining the bodies or anything?
I want to take a feather.
See if there's anything that's particularly out of ordinary on them that we can tell
Okay,
as
yeah,
far as
you can
like
take
markings.
Can I help
Clothing.
them? Yeah, I'm
Yes, I
gonna
can.
start
We can hear you.
tracking,
Say again?
finding out what direction they went in, and
Can I help them with the tracking?
Sure. So Tavish and Thornock wander off to go try and find a trail. You said you were examining the bodies for any sort of abnormalities or anything.
Yeah.
Now, owlbears are considered monstrosities, so a lot of this is very weird to you.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, they have an owl face and everything.
Yeah.
Some people believe that a wizard was foolish and tried to combine the two, and that was what caused the first owlbear.
Hey.
It just exploded from there. Fool of a wizard.
Frankenstein
Um,
wannabes.
And my beard.
You actually do notice that these owlbears, actually roll me a perception.
Good.
26.
Yeah, you definitely notice that these owlbears, they appear to have a lot of like rock encrusted in their fur. Like there's a lot of it almost looks like a very like fine, I guess cement wouldn't exist in this world, but it's kind of like a substance like that where it looks like it's caked onto them. Right.
That would function as maybe a kind of armor almost, or
You're not really sure. I mean, it obviously didn't help these two. But you do notice that, like, normally you wouldn't see that in creatures. You'd see a little bit of mud and gunk, but these things seem to have a lot more of this, like, stone that kind of has sealed them in. Or sealed into them.
okay.
Let's get a survival check from our trackers.
so we never got around to changing my
Well, I mean,
the sheet.
Sorry.
it's just a
Because
plan.
I wasn't able to adjust the skills. Can I still? Because I wanted to move from athletics to survival. Remember?
Oh, yeah. So just add your proficiency bonus to your survival check.
Okay, since I am tracking this and they're monstrosities, they're favorite enemies,
Mm-hmm.
I get advantage on that.
They're your favorite animal. Beast. Thing.
Beasties.
26.
6.
And then it says, while tracking creatures in your preferred terrain, I know the exact number, sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area.
Unless they're sandfolk, because they move
Right.
single file. Wait, no.
Yes.
Yes.
They move in
Yes.
single file tie. There's
No, I
numbers.
know. Thornock, what did you get?
I rolled a 20. I rolled a 23.
All right, so Thornock and Tavish work together, and they quickly find the trail. Tavish, you can tell that there are 6 owlbears, and they're heading off. They're heading off towards the south, kind of that forest area to the south.
So I head back to the group and say we found a trail. 4 of them. Looks like there's about 6 of them headed south. About a day or about a week ago, because these guys have been out for like a week rotting, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, about a week ago.
I say, well, it looks like these ones, for some reason, have some kind of strange, almost rock encrusted into their fur and feathers. I don't know if it was put there by some kind of spell in order to help protect them or what, or maybe they came, well, who knows, some sort of construct. I don't know.
Do we get? You guys take Arcana on it.
No. I'll go do an Arcana check on it.
Okay. So I just say, does it
7
seem
plus 13.
magical in any way?
It's not anything that you can tell. Whatever magic there was, it's a week old. And it's kind of just.
Is there any remnants of magic? Or?
I mean, these things are magical in nature.
Oh, okay.
They're because technically they're monstrosities that were created out of unholy whatever. So there is a little bit of like residual magic, but you can't quite tell, especially with that roll, between like what is their natural, unnatural magic and what is their unnatural magic.
Gotcha. All right.
When we catch up to them, let's just be cautious. Make sure that whatever this is has caused them to group up and become even more fierce, it seems, than they usually are.
Okay. Well, let's follow.
Okay. So you guys head out. It's about a 3-mile walk to the edge of the forest, and you can see that this small forest. It's not too big. You can kind of see where it kind of curves around, so it's not that large of a forest. But it does seem to be kind of up against this larger hill that is. It's almost a mountain, but some would claim it's a molehill. I mean, it's just kind of like one of those things where it's halfway between the two, but because it's a big part of the feature, it's kind of this rocky forest area.
Okay.
Right? And you guys continue along this same path, probably for about half a day. Roll me another survival check, just to make sure that you don't get lost. Still tracking.
Still tracking.
Yep. Thornock, you can too.
23.
Also 23.
Perfect. Yeah. Between Thornock and Tavish, the entire group is able to maintain their course without any issues. They're able to keep Akio on the straight and narrow, despite his copious drinking and wandering, as he wants to do.
It's a pretty tree over there.
Also, we can't be lost except for by magical means.
Oh, perfect. So there's no being lost in this forest at all, and there's no losing the trail at this point.
Nice.
Okay. Do we want to? I mean, does the trail lead to the top of this hill?
So it is leading into the forest. The hill itself is kind of this rocky crag that comes out of the middle, almost like a sideways slanting Pride Rock style hill. And you see that it is leading you towards that portion, and that leads you to this kind of area right here where you can see it's kind of forested and it's starting to get a little bit more rocky as things go. Mm-hmm. And then you can see towards the base or towards the back over there is a huge kind of pile of rocks, and that's where this whole hill begins.
Okay.
Oh, we do need Thornock. Yep. And I need the others as well, please.
I want to kind of separate myself from the rest of the group.
And we do. Okay, yeah. Kind of sneaking around.
Yeah, I want to separate myself and say, I'm gonna stay on the periphery here and maybe scout around.
Okay. So as you're heading along, so go ahead and roll me a stealth check. Mark is
17.
17.
Thornock and I are up front tracking.
Okay. So you are the first to hear, but everybody else quickly hears it. This kind of... It's the weirdest sound you've ever heard, actually, compared to... It's like a mixture of two animals, obviously. It starts out like a... almost. And you see there is an owl bear here.
I lean over to Aki and I say, you should hear him during mating season if you think this is weird.
I don't know what to do with that information.
Just
Process it.
And there is one
I'll
kind of moving
internalize
around
and be
the log
corrupted.
over here. We've got two...
If you want to show the camera our
Still in
figures.
frame.
Yeah, are we...
Yep.
Which camera? So we've got two different types of owl bears for you today.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then...
That one looks terrifying.
Ooh, snap.
You got a beak.
Those look good.
They all do.
Yeah, they're
Right?
fantastic.
Check that one out.
Okay,
I do not want to get bitten.
I'm like,
Snap
I
your
start
arm
kind
off.
of creeping around the rock here as I'm stealthing,
Okay.
but I message back to, I guess, to Tavish
The network.
and say,
Do we all hear it, or is it just...
All of the earrings are linked together, yes.
Oh, okay.
So everyone who has an earring will be able to hear it.
awesome. I say, well, guys, I found one of the owl bears. I assume there's more here. Do we simply attack them, or do we try to talk to them, learn about what's going on?
As far as I know,
There's no reasoning.
there's no, they're just beasts basically.
The rock that you're behind shifts and kind of rolls a little bit, and you have to scramble back as this bear kind of like pushes it out and starts like scratching beneath it and everything.
Just looking for grubs.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Let's surprise
That's 24.
You kind of like peer around the rock, and you see that again these owlbears do have this coating of slate that's covering them, and it's just like shards of stone that does appear to be acting as some sort of armor. And it's gray, but you can see kind of these small little black shards in there as well.
Okay, I messaged that information back to the group. Black shards mixed in.
Like obsidian, like little obsidian quills almost.
Huh.
I like your sneaking pose. Yeah. One leg up and then the next one really high. Crane sneak.
I say, so if we're going to attack them, we should try to surprise them. I think, but there's something strange about these owl bears. I don't know what this armor is that's there. It must have been placed by someone or something. There seemed to be some kind of larger purpose here at work behind whatever it is that they're doing here. Of course, I don't know that we could get that information out of them. I suppose we could try talking to one of them, but considering that Lumber,
That one in the middle,
was
move
attacked.
him up to this little rock, this first little rock, right there. Yeah, as he just kind of moves. They're just kind of moving around as you guys are doing.
yeah,
We need to
We need to hide.
either that or we need to take them down before they all notice and warn each other.
well,
Surprise.
all in favor of attacking?
So
They can hear me?
while you're saying that, I
run to go attack.
I pull out double cross and I actually am gonna aim at this one.
Okay.
Okay.
As I see him doing that, then I'm gonna sneak around here, try and make an attack on this guy.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay.
And you don't have to spend your advantage on initiative, by the way.
Okay.
I'll let you know for your first attack. Okay. And this will be a surprise round because you guys have been quiet enough so far.
Okay.
Lunar, what'd you get?
I was gonna say
Got
polymorph into
23.
one.
23.
Seems to be the magic number
Not
tonight.
beast.
Can I
That's what I
set
was
something up
looking at,
before we attack? Like, can I have been doing something?
Yeah.
So
You know
I
what,
actually want
Corey?
to.
I'm gonna use my inspiration. Sorry. So that's a 25.
Okay, 25.
Really need
So you want to set up?
You
what?
got
I want to set up
for
magic
this guy,
strike around myself.
All right.
Wait, well, hold on. Never mind. Because these aren't celestials, elementals, phase, fiends are undead. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. That.
so,
Yeah.
never mind.
Monstrosities. There goes my Wii U.
Oh,
well, I'm getting a Switch anyway. No. Do you want to assign colors?
sure. Actually, I think I have larger ones.
Yeah. I think you only have larger red scared.
Especially because I'm like way out here.
Don't tell him what he has and doesn't have.
Here.
If this is anything like Red Dead Redemption, we're gonna just die real quick.
Yes.
There are owl bears and red dead.
No, but the bears will kill
will
you.
gore you instantly.
They knock you down and rip you apart.
That's how
You can sometimes kind of fight them off.
I was like,
but then they
I've
turn
got
around
a
and
gun.
just charge you again.
I've got a gun. I'll keep shooting them off the skull.
I had dual wield.
That would be
And I
a
emptied
total
12
of
shots into them, still
7.
going.
That's ridiculous.
Just to let you know,
Dead.
the owl and the bear are first and second slot in your staff of healing right now.
Ooh.
Serendipitously. Thornock, what'd you get for initiative?
Does that mean that these guys are with the emerald?
I don't know. We'll find it after we kill him.
Oh,
Tegillian pops out and he's like, "What the frick?"
14.
14.
Emerald Enclave wouldn't have attacked an orc.
Akio.
Probably not.
Ooh, 6.
Ooh. Do you want to use your advantage for that?
No, I'll go last. That's fine.
13.
13.
Another one.
I will allow you to set your hunter's mark.
Okay.
Slayer's prey, whichever one you prefer.
We'll say hunter's mark.
Okay.
So go ahead and cast that.
Another plastic thing.
I left my phone in the car. That's okay. If Becca needs me. She can.
She can ride the motorcycle over.
She runs my motorcycle. Leave the kids at home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just gotta grab these stupid little
It would survive for a little while.
What's the next
She
color?
didn't
What,
do it.
you have all the other colors? So red.
So I should
gray, blue, white, purple, orange.
Nothing.
Or nothing.
I wish webcams had better focus features where you could. Like I love it on my phone where you could tap on that thing and it'll zoom that. It'll
Remember where
focus
this one
that
is
thing.
sitting, right?
Because right now everything over by there's blurry, but these ones up here are really clear.
Still raining?
Yeah.
It's snow tonight.
So glad I wore
Better make up
flip
this month,
flops.
right?
That's why I stole my wife's car.
Oh, thief.
Come on, real motorcycle riders ride in the rain, right?
I'll ride in the rain, but not in the sleet.
You want to tell you? Go find it.
I'm chicken.
Okay.
I already almost lost my leg
Good
once.
boy,
So.
Jeffrey. Good boy.
You're an IT. What do you need your legs for?
That's true.
I don't
You just need your
Break his thumbs!
Now all I need is for stairs apparently.
Yeah.
Which is good because it gets me my Fitbit.
I know.
I got my stairs.
I walked 4 miles
blue, white,
today up and
green.
down stairs with Server.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not sure how many surprise rounds we have done in the past with this group. I'll just reiterate the rules. You get 1 action for your surprise round. 1 action, that's it. Basically, you're dazed for it.
Okay, who goes first? Is it by initiative?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's by initiative.
So I'm assuming. Did anyone have higher than a 25?
It is Ari first.
Okay.
I
Actually,
had the highest.
Instead of sneaking around, I'm actually gonna like jump off this rock
Okay.
just because, and come down on him.
Scorpion strike.
So then you pop out of stealth, and suddenly you're black again.
Oh yeah.
Wham!
Yeah, we got some fantastic clear miniatures of our characters for
Okay.
invisibility and stuff. So,
First roll was a 23.
23 will hit.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. 4. Okay, hold on.
Should be still. Okay, he's doing it.
34 damage.
I'm sorry, 34?
32. Sorry. No, 34. 34.
34.
Nice.
So you come over this rock and this thing goes, "Huh?" and you just like crack it right in the beak.
I want to spend a key point to try and stun it.
Okay.
Who? That's their surprise.
I mean,
Constitution?
I believe it's Constitution of 14. Hold on, let me check that. I can't remember where to find it. Sneak attack, stunning strike. 15. Constitution 15.
It makes it safe.
Alright. Second attack is a 22.
22 will hit.
Okay. Or no, not that. Just this.
I found these on the $2 for the file.
It's 12.
12 damage?
Yoink. Yep. Exactly.
And then
No sneak attack damage that time, huh?
no. Next is a 28
28 will hit.
for
Lunar, you're on.
no. 12 also.
12?
And then I'm spending a key point for a final and a 29 to hit.
Okay.
For 15 damage. And I want to no, never mind.
Okay.
That's all.
So Ari comes out of nowhere. Her green fists just start blazing as she just cracks this thing across the jaw. It brings a paw around and she blocks it and like hits the arm, and you all hear the snap, and you hear it kind of go and she comes in and hits one of the knees and hobbles it a bit more, and it's looking very worse for wear.
Okay.
It's pretty impressive. They don't have hollow wings like regular owls. Hollow bones. So they can't fly.
Lunera, it's your turn. Thornock, you're on deck.
Alright.
Does that mean dragons have hollow bones?
They must. Probably.
How far away
Giants are
are
magic.
we?
You
5 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet.
So you could probably you only get one action for your surprise round. So you're probably going to spend your turn moving unless you want to. Are you going to try and throw something?
No.
No?
I'll
Okay.
definitely start
So just
moving.
yeah.
so
So
maybe
just move.
like move.
You can move.
here?
So 30.
Let's
You
see.
need
6
6
squares.
spaces.
6
Yeah.
squares.
So if we do.
And you can move diagonally too if you want.
I'm having a hard time. And that's probably from not drinking.
Quit stealing
That's only
Akia's
5
stick.
still.
I
Is
know.
it?
She
Yeah.
needs some of my
Two,
stuff.
3,
It's okay. We were sharing it on the road.
5, 6.
Yeah.
So just move there. Yeah.
And then since you can attack, she could move again.
No, so you only get one action total in the round.
Bonus
Yeah.
action or movement.
That's yep.
Yeah, so
surprise.
you need like a charge or something if you're melee.
That's it.
All right, Thornock, it is your turn.
I moved.
Followed by Braum is on deck.
Am I close enough to get anywhere?
What's your total movement again?
40.
You can get right here. You're not quite close enough to attack. You could like throw something.
No, again, one action.
Oh, sorry. So you can just move.
Can I throw a javelin?
No, because we're in the surprise round right now, it means that you guys just get a more advantageous position. Because you only get one action total in the surprise round. It's not an action plus a move.
Well, can I throw a javelin instead of moving?
Instead of moving, how far is your javelin? Like, what's the range on it?
30 feet or 120 at disadvantage.
So you'll be rolling at disadvantage, but you can hit one of the owlbears.
I will roll a disadvantage.
Okay. Technically, you can throw 2 javelins, I think is what it is. Because I think extra attack.
I can throw 2 of them.
Yeah, because you got extra attack, so...
When you make an attack.
Throw Hazaron! Take it to the javelin and throw it.
The first one is a total of 20.
20 to hit? That's with the disadvantage, right?
With the disadvantage, yeah. I rolled an 11 and a 7.
Go ahead and roll damage.
I'm gonna find out that these things move
Total
200
of
feet
10
per turn, and
damage.
they're all gonna be like,
Okay.
No.
Probably. One hit's like 50 damage.
And then the next
I
javelin.
need to try and kill this guy before he gets a turn.
15.
That's why I used
15
my
misses.
advantage on my hit,
So
I
the
can
first
go again
one
before he does.
hits and actually sinks in a little bit to the shoulder, and the beast howls and looks up. And then the second javelin kind of hits that rocky armor and just bounces off. Brahm, it's your turn with Aki. Oh, sorry, no, it's Tavish. Tavish is up. I forgot about Tavish. And then it's
13.
Yeah, I rolled a 2 with the +5.
I'm actually going to use Hunter Sense.
Okay. As your action.
Yeah, and I'm going to find out whether they have any immunities, resistances, vulnerabilities.
We'll just bring up the rear. We'll clean up.
Let's see here. No vulnerabilities. They are resistant to piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning damage from non-magical weapons. So.
Okay.
So I see Hazaron, or not Hazaron, essentially. Thornok throw this javelin and it does damage, but I notice it doesn't do as much damage.
Correct.
From this one.
And so I do kind of, I let everyone know
Probably
that
90 from this, I bet.
that it looks like regular weapons aren't going to be useful against these guys, probably because of the shale armor. I don't know whatever that
shale armor is a good name.
shale armor that
No
they
movement.
are wearing. So make sure you attack with magical means.
Now it's Brahm with Akio on deck.
Okay. Since we can't move, I'm switching this to where's that? Distance whispers. Down 60 feet as well. I get cast bolt. It's the only one that reaches. So I'm going to use cast bolt at the first level. Nothing crazy. I'm going to be firing.
Do you have the angle?
Would I have the angle
On
him?
On him, there's
I'm
a tree.
straight this way,
Yeah, there's a tree in your way.
but there's a tree.
But you could hit this guy or this guy, depending on your range.
I was going to try and finish this one off, but I'll hit this one.
That's okay. I think I can, because I'll go before he does.
Okay.
Because I got a 25.
So I'm going to hit purple.
What's your range?
It's 120 feet. The other ones were 60 feet. That's why I was going to do Vicious Mockery because then it'd be easier, but that'll be fine. That's a...
There's a chunk missing
that's
out
going
of
to be
his back.
15.
15 doesn't
Using
use attack roll, right?
Chaos Bolt, yeah. That's
15 does not hit.
Okay. So I start to
That's good, Brendan.
bend the elements, and
That's
when I
right.
throw it just kind of fizzles out and doesn't quite fire, and I'm like, dang it, I thought I had this down.
Yep, and it kind of just fizzles out on you. All right, and then Akio.
I cast invisibility on myself.
Got it. Might as well flaunt it, right?
A lot of help you guys are for the surprise round.
Hey, this is setting me up for future attacks.
Rounded out here.
Right. I was too far away to...
Throwing javelins and fizzling out on their spells.
I'm in awe of the majesty of these creatures.
And at this point, like the alarming poop growls go up. And it is Ari's turn again.
I attack.
There's a bird in the tree.
So he hasn't gone yet, so I get advantage. So 25
25 will hit.
for 23 damage.
23 damage. All right. Well, you kill it.
Nice.
So you uppercut it, and it kind of cracks its head back, and it just there's this big thump as it falls to the ground.
Okay. Grabbed. His name was Grabbed.
Grabbed. Grabbed the owlbear.
R.I.P. Grabbed.
Grubbed.
That's his tombstone. Okay.
It immediately just turns into a tombstone. Little pile of coins falls out.
Like in Scott Pilgrim.
Yep.
That's like my favorite movie of all time. Okay, so I'm gonna run up 1, 2, 3, 4. I can make that easily and attack purple.
So this owlbear is like snarling at Thornok.
Yeah.
It was starting his charge, and then all of a sudden you come in with a green fire kick to its side.
21.
Green fire geek.
21 will hit.
for 7 damage.
7 damage.
And then second attack is a 25.
Yep.
For 10 damage.
10 damage.
And I'll spend a key point
For that final attack.
for final, which is a 22 for 9 damage.
Okay. Yeah, so Ari comes in and this thing kind of staggers as she just starts beating on its side and everything, and it starts turning towards her. Lunar, it is your turn. Thornock is on deck. It's actually funny, you guys rolled, the 4 of you that got up at the top of the round rolled really well against the owlbears too.
Yeah.
Well,
Still can't quite get there.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But you could action surge and get in for an attack,
so
right?
you can turn your or your action into a move,
okay.
and to do the dash action basically,
And then do like a bonus
and then you can
action.
do. Well, what you could do is you could use your action surge
Oh. Okay.
if you wanted to do an attack.
Yeah.
Dash and then
Please do, because he's gonna kill me. And so will that one, and that one, and that one, and that one.
By the way, you forgot to roll advantage on your initiative as well.
I
did
didn't.
You did? Tipsy Casey knows what she's doing.
I'm not tipsy.
I'm drunk.
I just have depth perception issues.
Lightweight.
And out. And out.
Like
Who said
invisible Akia.
Who said
He is
that?
invisible.
She takes a swing. Wait.
I'm not lightweight.
It's under
You're
your.
lightweight.
It should be under your.
Is it a
Lightweight, I'm invisible.
limited use action? I'm so sorry.
You're
should be
ghost
limited
right now.
use.
You're very light.
There it is.
One drink and
Alrighty, perfect. Now I'll just go ahead and attack.
Okay.
For 20.
20 will hit.
Perfect. For 9 damage.
9. Okay.
Second attack. 13. I doubt that's gonna hit.
No, 13 is going to miss. That bangs off of the shell armor.
Okay, and then final attack.
Nope, your bonus action.
Yeah. 25.
That would hit.
Okay. For 9 damage.
Another 9.
Another 9!
Another 9.
9, another 9, another 9, another 9.
Okay. So it starts like bringing a paw around at you, and all of a sudden Lunira is there, and she slams its paw down to the ground with one mace and kind of cracks it over the head with the other.
Hiya! Fuck off! Karate noises!
Hey, it is your turn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tavish, you're on deck.
Mace noises? Clangy noises!
Bear spray, bear spray.
Bears
Go away,
yes.
bear!
Bear! Bear! Oh gosh.
All right, Thornock, you want to make your charge?
How'd you know I was gonna try?
Or you're just gonna stand back and throw javelins?
Oh, a javelin.
Well, this is Hazaron telling you, like, use me.
he's gonna pull a Garen and just start spinning.
Of course, that's what I want to do.
We believe in you.
All right, so you still can't. You're gonna have to use your action as a dash if you want to get up to it.
Yes,
Okay.
that's
All right. So now there is a good chunk of everybody around.
Good chunk.
bonus action to rage.
Alrighty.
Oh, naturally.
So Thornock comes racing up as this owlbear is kind of like knocked to the side, and the owlbear's eyes, which are the big owl eyes, obviously, swing around just in time for him to slam to a stop, and you can see like the dirt spray up, and he just goes "Rah!" right in his face, and the owlbear just kind of looks very scared. If an owlbear could look
Heads
scared.
turn all the way around.
Just 180 degrees.
Go behind
In
it and
fact,
find out.
that one right there is currently swiveled completely. That 180 looking back at you guys.
What a freak.
All right,
Power of God
Tavish, it's your turn.
compels
Enemy is
you.
on deck.
For bonus action, I'll toss Slayer's Prey on it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack.
Tavish has just been setting up like this entire time.
Adjust for the wind.
Yep.
Knuckles.
2 ticks down.
That is 30.
30 will hit.
Big man Knuckles.
It's gonna drop 5 feet. Oh, every
Is it because I made you go out?
It's wet out there.
Let's get a D6 for Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, but he went
I think
out
you get
on a
your
dry
2d10
spot
for your gun.
in the dry area.
Yeah, D6 for Hunter's Mark, and then a D6 for Slayer's Prey for the first time this round. That's 26 damage.
26. So everybody surrounds this owlbear. Thornock screams in his face, and it kind of rears back, and all of a sudden there's a magical bullet hole in its eye, and it just topples forward, and you all have to kind of dive out of the way. What was that one's name?
That one's name was Reduce AC Damage.
I look at
RAC.
I look at Thornock and say, "Your scream killed it."
Amazing.
14, 15, 16. So I can still hit this one for my second
I
attack.
wait.
So I'm going to go ahead and do that, or try to.
Do you move your?
Another 30.
Where'd your? Can't you move your? Oh no, because that
I
was
have to use a bonus action
That's
for
right.
it. 23.
23.
Yes.
Being a striker.
Well, I'm kind of in my element. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Do you
grassland.
get anything against your favorite enemies as far as
just for survival
Okay.
and if they try to like grapple me and stuff.
Stay here.
So that one's got its head turned around, and you like hit it, and its head has to swivel back because it's got this hole in its side now. But then it spins and it locks eyes with you, and it is you still have a move if you would like.
Yeah, I am gonna move over here and get kind of by the tree right there.
Okay. And then it is the owlbear's turn, the one that
He
Orange
shot
is
it.
shot. Yep. And guess who he's coming for? So they can move. Yeah.
Can they see invisible creatures?
I mean, they have a sense of smell. They could probably try and perceive.
Yeah, and you're the
that.
strongest smelling one here.
Danger sense.
They can move 40 feet in a round.
So I can go, what's it, 8 squares?
Yep.
Yeah.
One movement.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
Yep. So he's going to spend his action as a dash to get up to you and basically just come charging.
and he's gonna rage,
Yeah.
and you're gonna die.
He does that. I do the whole like stand there while he's like spittle in my face and
Like your cheeks are back
Turn-based combat.
don't worry, I'll get to you in 6 seconds.
Hold on a second. You go. Okay, go. Okay, now it's my turn.
From there, all the other enemies are dead that would go
I'm
between
going
you. So
to have my hand out and be like,
no enemies are on deck.
I'm going to be kind of searching out for Akio. And Akio, you're still here. And if I can grab a hold of his cape, I'm going to cast Fly on him.
Okay.
With my McFerrin Citron. So I'm going to cast that, and then I'm going to say, I hope Taps doesn't die. I hope Taps doesn't die. You got this, man. Go! I got bardic inspiration.
Okay, that's a D6 on my next roll.
Yep, and then I'm going to use all my movement to move to
Okay.
The big tree.
the big tree the closest to you and try and hide in the nook.
25.
25 feet, that's it.
So
You got-
like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
And I'm just like, duh, and then all you see is like it's this pan out, and then you see, but I'm like,
Little tiny like dust motes like behind your feet.
The grass just split apart.
Yeah, it's kind of long grass, so it's like running through a cornfield for you.
Green lets out a hoot growl and then rushes towards the group of 3 people.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Is it like a hiccup?
30,
That kinda sounds
35,
like a
40,
hiccup.
and then I
He's going
assume
to
he's
dash.
going to dash and get what,
Yep.
like here,
Yep.
here.
Right up against the Ari.
Okay, the Ari.
It is sort of like like a bear.
Yeah,
Hoot growl. And then White, all the way back there, is going to start moving. He's just going to move straight ahead.
That's 40.
Okay.
Keep going.
Yep.
In charge.
And he comes around the corner and he's just barely spotting you guys.
barely.
Akio.
Okay.
Bear puns.
I will cast Fireball
That was good.
right here.
Okay.
Dex save of 16.
Dex of 16.
You have advantage, don't you, with your...
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Would you like to give him disadvantage on this?
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's fine.
And that's your wonderful use of the power of note taking, kids. He definitely fails his saving throw.
Your natural one.
When they're large creatures, I think they get a slightly disadvantage.
So 34 damage.
Nice. Nicely done.
And now you're no longer invisible.
His feathers are all singed.
I'm still invisible.
When you
can't
cast
break
a spell.
concentration.
No, I didn't cast another concentration spell.
Invisibility, I believe,
Invisibility
when you
drops
do an
as soon as
attack.
you do an attack.
I don't think so. This is greater invisibility.
Oh, you cast greater invisibility?
Yeah, that's the only invisibility I have.
Yeah, it's greater than.
Never mind then.
It lasts for 1 minute.
Okay, I was gonna say because the normal one,
So 6
that
rounds.
one does not. Okay, got it.
Or 10 rounds, yeah.
You're getting into stuff.
So, okay, I'll do that and then I'll move.
And what's your fly speed?
60.
60, nice.
So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35,
I just feel air fly past me.
45, 50.
What was that?
55, 60.
Oh no!
You're just like 45, 50, 55, 60. I just want to use my speed.
And how high off the ground?
I'll just be like slightly above the
like
heads.
that tottering.
Maybe like
flying.
just out of pause reach unless they jump.
So like 10 or 15 feet?
15 feet or something.
Yeah. Okay. And then Blue is just going to follow his companion and he's going to run.
10, 15,
He gets up to the same place as White. So
Orange is still alive after that?
Yep.
50,
That's the first time he's ever been.
65,
Oh no,
70.
that's
Because you shot him. That's
right.
And he can move through
Probably
allies, so
close.
just put him.
Yeah, he's
Just put him over, like right to the.
You shot the
right there, yeah.
Okay.
shot the bullet wound with your fireball.
There's the next fireball right there.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Ari, it is your turn. Lunar, you're on deck.
That's what I loved about being a sorcerer.
So one of the owlbears got taken care of. Thankfully, your allies arrived in time.
Yes.
And then you turn to your left, and there's another one charging. At you.
Chaos blast. Things. All right. I attack it.
I was a chaos mage though, so I'd have to roll on certain abilities, and I'd be like, "Oh, you rolled a one." I push everyone in the party away 11, like 6 feet.
Yep, that definitely
6
does.
spaces, and they all take
I'm gonna
damage.
attack
And everyone's like,
22.
22 will hit.
Or where's my? There it is. Nice. 13, 19 damage. No, yes, 19 damage.
19 green.
Yes, 19. Second attack. Well, third attack, I guess, technically. 27
27 will hit.
for 10.
This whole fight is just
And
gonna be
then
me. I'm just gonna be
Key
running
point
to get there
is 16.
because I'm out of range of everything.
16 misses.
Okay, so
You're pretty
I
close
missed
to
on that
orange.
last
I can
one.
help Tavish. I
Okay,
can
so a
help
couple
you
good
out.
hits on
That's all
green.
you.
One not so good hit.
My healing spells. won't
That
work
last
in
one was
distance. I have
basically
to run
its
to
beak
get
was
everybody.
trying to respond, and you like grabbed a stick and jammed it in
"Good
there.
thing sound
You didn't do
travels
any
pretty well. You
damage.
can play music."
Yeah.
I know, right?
Hey, you guys! We'll also point out that this is one of like Ari's first forays into a forest that wasn't just kind of passing through.
I know.
That's pretty exciting for her.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm scared.
Yeah.
I want to go, but take me back to the city.
I'm a city girl. I'm a city
I don't
elf.
trust these trees.
I like the Emerald Enclave. I don't.
They're always
owlbears.
plotting against us.
All right, Lunira, you are up, and Thornock is on deck.
So if I move back to orange, am I prone to attack or whatever?
No,
No,
that
'cause that's dead.
owlbear is dead.
Well, I just meant for the other one. If it,
Nope.
I don't
No,
know.
it doesn't have.
They don't
reach.
have
He's not close enough to you.
Okay. Perfect.
Or
So
I
It
guess
has
it
to
could be
reach 3 for that.
opportunity.
Attack of opportunity.
That one.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cast my Searing Smite.
Okay.
Do it.
And if I'm reading this correctly,
3D print's done. Yeah, from the
I
original one.
believe the creature needs to make a Constitution save.
So you make your attack.
Oh, I make my attack. Okay.
And then if you hit,
Okay.
or the next time you hit on an attack, you get to do the extra damage with your searing smite. And then they get caught on fire.
See,
It's new.
oh, yeah, it's still new for me.
Yep.
Okay, so that will be a 20.
20 will hit.
Okay. So,
So you roll. So your Searing Smite should have extra damage on it.
yeah,
too.
it's got like a 2d6, I believe.
Mhm.
So I do
So you roll
this.
your normal damage plus 2d6.
Go back to do this. And that is for. That's 21 damage.
Okay. So this thing is barreling down on Tavish. It roars in his face, and you're kind of just standing there, and you're reaching for your gun like you're trying to do the slow movement, and all of a sudden a flaming mace comes and just crushes its head.
But that's good because I don't have my pistol anymore.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh, that's right. You did give up.
You reach your pistol.
Did you throw your pistol
You still
at
have the. You still have your gem.
Yeah.
He gave
it's
us
not
a-
the gem.
You were reaching for your gun and you're like, oh, it's not there.
Yeah.
You,
Yep.
you do a finger gun.
And then the carcass just starts burning.
Like in the losers.
I love the smell of burning out there in the
Or
burning-
like
afternoon,
blazing
evening,
first smell.
whatever time it is right now. Cool.
So you can move 2 more squares towards the other owlbears if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do that. Just
Okay.
turn me back around. Turning around.
She just runs up. Turns around, keep
Okay.
going.
Gives a quick, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
And thank you.
Thank you. So I did 3. So,
You have how much movement speed?
30.
30?
yeah.
So that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
And then it is Thornock. It is your turn. Followed by Tavish. You're on Tavish.
You are 2 spaces away from the closest
I
owlbear.
assume he has to like climb
Switch.
over the.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get me close to the next owlbear.
Give me a quick acrobatics check, please.
You could just run around the rock.
Yeah. It's not that big of a rock, though.
20, 25, 30. That's true.
It looks kind of big.
Yeah, but hopping the rock is way cooler.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool, right?
Dukes of Hazzard slide
Unless you
over it.
trip on the rock.
Slide over the rock.
Yeah, in a friggin' one costume.
2 damage.
She can do it in plate mail. Sparks.
It was a total
And then I'd start a
of
forest fire.
17 is definitely enough. You hop over that rock like a
Like you've been
berserker.
rock hopping all your life.
A pebble.
Okay, and then you are right next to this owlbear, so make your first attack.
Alright.
It was a rock.
I don't think these owlbears have gotten 1 attack.
First attack is 23.
These 23 will
We were
hit.
so excited to use them too.
I mean, the figures are cool. I'm
They're
just
still,
happy.
yeah.
Yeah, these ones
More
have
a
legendary
full
actions.
flock of owlbears come down from the trees.
Layer actions.
I have like 8 more downstairs.
It is really
Sort of
Total
failed, but
amount of damage is
bunch of
27.
dead ones fall from the
27?
trees.
27.
Next attack.
It's raining owlbears.
Hallelujah.
It's raining owlbears.
Total of
Hey,
30.
a bear could climb.
Yes, that'll hit. So go ahead and roll the damage on that one.
A bear could climb a tree, and owls live in trees, so
You see it in the night, you look up in the trees, it's like,
glowing
big,
eyes.
huge eyes.
It's just like 20 sets of.
Don't give them ideas.
a mouse runs underneath it and it just falls from like the top of the pine tree. It's hunting.
The silent hunter.
An owlbear farts from a tree and nobody's around to somebody.
Does an owlbear shit in the woods? Nobody really knows. No, they just throw up the pellets. Apparently. What's the damage on that one?
Total of 28 damage.
That's what. it was.
That is exactly enough to kill it. So you slash
thinking
downward and then upward and just like take its arms off like you're Chewbacca.
I was thinking of an idiom for these, and I was like, and it was, if an owlbear craps in the woods and no one's around to hear it, you know.
Was that what it
It was
was?
something similar to that, yeah.
All right. Well done. And Ravish.
Now you all die.
I'm going to use a bonus action.
Okay.
Toss first mark on one of these guys.
Right on
Someone
the
cast Meteor.
On white. And
We all die.
I'm going to use the carcass of this owlbear
as like a shield.
as
It's like a prop.
to level
Elevating
my
it.
gun on it.
Just to let you know, the top portion of it is on fire right now. So it is coming down like a slow burning.
I just keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Like,
Tavish, I got that for you. And I just like absorb it into my body. There
Before
you go.
you leave.
Thaumaturgy. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
And so we'll go ahead and attack. 30? This is making up for last game of the 1.
You know what that is? Don't give a hoot. Prevent forest fires.
Or do give a hoot.
Give a hoot.
Well,
26.
Only you cannot pollute.
26 damage.
26?
Mm-hmm.
Because have a shoot.
Because we have to combine it, right? It's owlbears.
And then I'm going to make a second shot.
Also, there are tons of Tootsie Pops around here.
1, a 2, a 3.
25.
Yep, 25.
The only thing they know how to say in common is how many licks does it take to get to the center.
Yeah,
he's got like
inside of the tag
he's got
there.
graduation.
How many licks?
20 damage.
20? Sorry.
20 more.
Does he have the graduation hat on?
So a couple good hits. Rips through a little bit of their shell armor.
Yeah, I just kind of hit him in the chest and stuff.
And it looks pissed off.
They're magic bullets, by the way.
Yes, perfect.
Magic bullets.
I figured you were using your magical
Yeah.
ones after
Unless
finding out about
I always do, unless
Unless you're out.
I
Promise
tell you
your
yeah,
turn.
if I'm out.
All right, I am going to sprint the whole 25 feet toward everything so I can get in range.
Again, it's corn fuzzies.
Yep. And you just hear in the background.
It's like the scene in Jurassic Park where the raptors are going through the tall bush, but it's just Brom.
And then occasionally pops his head up. Like,
Exactly.
But every time he's wearing more camouflage.
As I'm running in both hands,
Using his loot as a machete, like to get the.
as I'm running in both hands, I'm
That's
going to start
bluegrass
casting the Chaos Bolt. That is a
So what are we calling
That's gonna
this
be a
episode?
14, right?
Give a hoot?
Right now it's just Detour was the name of it.
Detour.
But it should be Give a Hoot, Prevent Forest Fires now, I think.
right. So I'm going to take the two, and it doesn't matter what they were. I'm going to kind of pick them up, and I'm going to throw them. But as they kind of, the distance is too great, so as it goes, it gets smaller and smaller, and just on its chest. And I'm like,
What were you throwing?
it's my Chaos Bolt.
Okay.
And I rolled it.
Again.
So it's one of those
the
dud
most
fireworks.
consistent, like, dud
I know,
stuff
like
that you have.
I'm just like,
It's kind of like you're shooting bottle rockets.
right?
Yeah.
Sometimes they hit.
Okay.
And that's at the first level, mind you. So.
He's truly
Next
using
up
first level
Yeah.
spells.
is an owlbear. Wait, no, green's dead. Oh, an owlbear. White is going to go, and it's going to move to. Thornock's the closest, so I guess it's going to Thornock.
2.
You sound so disappointed.
Yeah.
Because he knows he doesn't take any damage.
So I'm going to. It's going to make 3 attacks against you. First, a beak attack, which is a 24 to hit,
Yeah.
and that's going to be 12 piercing damage.
Let's see.
And I'm not having these. I'll let you have them yourself. And then 2 claw attacks.
He's letting you have it.
Letting you have it. One of them is a 20 to hit, and the other one is a natural 1. So it brings its claws down for the second attack, and you just shear the claws off.
Nice.
Oh,
But the first attack does do
Hey, save those. We need them.
14 damage to you.
do they sell good?
No,
we need
the
to bring him
tree
back
ant
to-
wanted him.
Our tree ant friend.
Oh, right.
Let him know
But
that
do
we
they
did.
sell?
What's his name, guys?
Sweet.
Lumber.
Lumber.
That Fortigan.
How could you? Oh, thank you.
Cornagas.
Trent. His name's Trent.
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 I kind of regret not making that joke. Good job. And as
Steal my thunder.
and because it was a good job, I will let it be your turn.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
It is actually your turn.
Okay. So I'm just gonna cast a fireball right there.
Okay.
It's a.
So at least
it was a
Aki
dex of 16.
on fire. Lunar is like cleaning it up as she's going.
Oh, that's bad.
Ooh, piece of fire.
So
Ooh, piece of fire.
what was the save again?
16.
Neither of them make it.
Nice.
You totally missed that, didn't you?
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
23. Not as good as my last one.
23 damage.
23 damage.
Hey. White is looking very burned at this point. A lot of its shell armor has been compromised.
Got a lot of 2s that time.
Blue is the last one to go, with Ari going up to the top of the round after this. So Blue is going to move and shove his way up to Ari.
No, not blue.
Corpse.
Move, corpse.
Slumbering.
Like this, like this.
Like that. That's fine.
Whatever.
So beak attack first.
There you go.
That's an 18.
I'm going
Miss.
Okay, claw attack number 1 is a
mocking vision, or no, from this
Cutting
one.
words.
okay.
Cutting words. I'm gonna be like, hey, all your buddies are dead. We're gonna turn them into rugs.
And what is your?
Oh wait, hold on. This is 6. That's 2.
2. So that makes this one a 19.
Dude! Miss! By 1!
And then another 18 for the other claw.
Nice!
And you're chuckling at
I get that. That'll help from
cutting
my-
words.
And then inside my soul, I'm like, I know there's a deity somewhere that's gonna get me for this.
Oh, great owlbear in the sky. Ari, it is your turn.
Alright.
You are on deck.
I will attack. Yeah, I'll attack blue. 27.
27 will.
Pop our guts in there. Someone runs up. Everyone's killing your children. He goes, ooh.
Who dares?
16
You just
damage.
gotta make that joke every time, right?
And they all groan.
Except for the owlbears, they all start laughing uncontrollably for some reason.
Second attack is a miss.
Okay.
Third attack.
Smart
18.
because they're
18
owls.
hits.
Okay.
Sort of.
They have
For
half
Jeez,
owl brain.
my damage rolls are
Half
terrible
bear
tonight.
brain.
7 damage.
Mush.
7 damage.
And final
So
2-point attack.
smartness.
26.
26 will hit.
For 12.
Dodger.
Damage.
Dodger. Don't you do that.
What's he getting into?
He's just chilling on Lion's face.
Okay, take it away. Alrighty. So yeah, you respond to its misses with a few. I can't. I'm so sad.
Collapse.
Yep. And you do quite a bit of damage to it.
Kill me.
It's looking a little worse for the horror on its own. Lunira, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm like, where am I? Oh, I'm behind
the
this
tree.
that I can't see. Yeah. Let's go ahead. Yeah, go up to white.
Steins, sorry.
Orange, third. Alright. Let's see. Let's make an attack on Mr. White.
Mesa tap do.
No. No, not this. Come on. Let the parents rest.
Don't do it.
Okay, here we
I
go.
came here to escape from that.
2 hits.
By the way,
For a 25.
that will hit. The whole your daughter's name getting written with a Y at the beginning. Absolutely brilliant.
Awesome.
Yep, Jordan.
I know, I went home and I was like, Jordan?
Jordan.
And so for like an hour straight, anytime she would do something wrong, I was like, Jordan, stop! She was just like, looking at me.
So
Parent
that's
humor.
13 damage.
13. Yeah. Well, again, you just come in. You just come around the corner and just kill another owlbear.
Whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-bear. Whack-a-owlbear.
Say
I like to imagine you just run around and you're like, whack!
What's his
I
name?
feel like,
Blinded. That's this guy's name.
guys,
the light.
By the light.
I'm like Fix-It Felix.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna break it.
I can break him.
You're really just
I
sloppy
will
seconds
mason-
is what
yeah,
it
and I'll
is.
turn it.
Hey, how'd you know her nickname in school?
That's her hell
It's a
name.
devil. Yeah, it's a devil school, so it's kind of like an honorary.
Exactly.
Sloppy seconds. Great achievement. I mean,
Like-
you are from hell.
It's like
All right.
valedictorian, right? Is sloppy seconds.
Sloppy seconds.
Oh yeah. All right. And so turning my attention to blue, not blue.
The more you think about it, just the funnier it
Yes.
is.
This is my second attack with my main hand. For. Thank you.
That one hit.
Okay.
Is math hard right now?
Well, when you've had like 2 drinks today, yes. 12 damage. Well,
Okay, so it's still alive.
okay. So final attack for 21.
That will hit.
Alright.
Well, that will miss.
No, actually.
You're plus
'Cause-
9?
No, it's the
So
bonus
this
attack.
is my main hand.
Oh, and
and
the
then
offense
the-
plus 8.
Yeah,
Oh,
the Mason
weird.
Warning doesn't actually give her a +1 bonus. Just other benefits.
8 damage.
8 damage. Well, that's enough to kill it too.
Yay!
So
30
I
seconds!
think that's 4 kills for Lunera.
So not knowing
Did I
they're
get an
dead,
achievement?
Bron's
Yeah, but
gonna
who did the
continue
most
running.
damage?
And the first thing I come up to, I have my rapier and dagger out, and I just start stabbing it.
Lunera.
Well, I did that one.
Yeah, roll an attack against Lunera.
No.
Oh no!
No.
I didn't do it. What was the total?
17 plus. Do you really want to?
Enough.
That's gonna be with the rapier plus 6.
Ow.
23.
20.
And then with the dagger, that's a plus 7, so that's 12 plus 7, 79, 19.
19 damage.
No, oh, sorry.
Jeez.
Oh, it did.
Oh, no,
19
not
damage?
19 damage.
19 to hit.
That was to hit.
Oh, the 19 is.
Well then, yeah,
Really?
I step out of the way.
Okay. You're like,
I said something. My
Because-
voice of warning.
this whole time,
My spider sense is tingling.
this whole time, I'm just running up, like,
you just reach out and hold
I'm
the
trying to get
sword
myself all
with the
psyched up for
mace.
this fight,
Yeah, with
and I just all I see is mounds. I can't see past the mounds because they're all bigger than me. And I'm just like gonna stab whatever looks like it's even remotely was moving at some point.
No, actually, I lean down and pick him up. Hey, buddy.
Like Drax in the.
Yeah.
I'll fly over your head and I'll start dumping some water on your head from above. Calm down, buddy.
So you're all standing there, recovering in like this pile of owlbear body.
Yeah. I'm
for
collecting
days.
talons.
Is everyone okay? I couldn't see everyone.
Okay, I'm collecting the talons from
Yeah,
the claws.
you collect talons.
Back to normal.
Meat
So,
for days, guys.
Yeah, so it's about a minute, and then you all hear this kind of like rumble coming from the back of the where this kind of hill is.
I need a short rest.
There's always a bigger fish.
And you hear
Fly lasts for 10 minutes.
and you
right?
hear this interlopers,
Really?
and it's kind of these two grinding stones that seem to be making a sound as they come together, and the hill just kind of explodes, and this large earth elemental comes out, and he slams his spiky fist into the ground and starts loping at you all, and you can see that most of him is just kind of that same earthy composite as the hill, except for he has a large single like unicorn like horn spike that is black obsidian on his head, and he looks a little like that.
Unirock.
Wow.
Uh-oh. We in trouble. Looks like Rhino, but made out of rocks.
Rock now.
Rock no.
Bala.
He looks like
Malphite.
Malphite. Thank you. It's been a while
The
since
shard
I've
of
played
the-
this.
So he bursts out here.
Yep, and he is actually going to move 30 feet immediately.
We will rest when we are dead.
And he just pushes that rock out of the way. Yep.
Actually, he
We're gonna get this
he
view.
like
Yeah,
knocks
it,
it,
like-
and it goes woo. I figured like out of the forest completely.
There we go.
Since he's so big. Yeah.
That a cool face shot?
Yep.
It lands
Like-
in a bunch of trees and a bunch of birds go.
Well, like
Right.
the animation where the guy throws his throws
All
the
right.
magazine.
So we're going to go. We're going to be using the same initiative.
Oh, man. Well, at least Brahm's completely hidden by the owlbear, so
Yep.
he gets a round of surprise.
Actually,
What's that noise, guys?
I'm gonna put him down. I'm gonna put you down now. You
Hey.
you good? You good? Put you down.
I'm good. So let me at him.
So Lunera went last. Do we want to start from the top or start from her?
It is actually going to be. That was his turn. So it's actually Thornock's turn because he did go between Lunera and Thornock.
Okay.
How close am I to it?
About 50 feet.
You're on the other side of that tree.
60 feet.
Yeah, 60 feet away.
I am going to dash there. Has it been a minute?
Yes, it has been a minute.
Okay, then I also bonus action to rage again.
Okay.
I can't even see him over.
He's so well hidden in the...
I can't even see him at all. Alright, just know you're in front of it. Because that's...
Yeah, just go up
Okay.
and above like this. That's the best way.
Bird's eye view. If you can reach that far.
Hey, you can kind of see him.
There you are.
I can kind of see it.
All right, Tavish.
I'm gonna say the camera for Corey is totally blocked when it was right there, though.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I can see.
You little dog.
Tavish, it is your turn. with Brom on deck.
Roger.
Since it's still with
Are you still holding him and you just like turned his head towards the elemental, like
No.
go that way and just drop him?
Well, yeah, I probably did that. So he's that direction. He's that way.
Okay, perfect. Guys, Zeus is that way.
So I still have Hunter's Mark
right?
available, so I'm going to
Yeah.
use my bonus action to toss Hunter's Mark on him.
Does it last for an hour, right?
Yes. And then I'm actually going to back away a little
Let's move
bit.
the owlbear corpses. We're done with those.
Yep.
They won't be a hit.
We've hacked them up already.
Yep.
Removed their
I
claws.
know what I'm gonna do.
Albert Felix.
Let's do. Yeah, you probably as a devil you wouldn't mind. Like,
I'm going to get back here, kind of behind this rock.
Carnivore meat.
yeah, carnivore meat is like notoriously
That
like
sucks.
it doesn't taste very good. Like it's very stringy, it's very gamey, like that kind of thing.
Well,
I should have worn
you
my
just need more
contacts.
blood with it.
Yeah, that's why people don't eat like bear flank and wolf flank and stuff like that. You know,
Very high.
Try.
yeah, it just doesn't taste very.
And then I'm going to roll an attack. Do I still have Bardic Inspiration, or did that go
It
at
does.
the end of the combat?
It goes. I
you
believe
probably
it
would
have a
maintains
small-
for
Small barbecue
10 minutes.
in my hand.
So it's not been 10 minutes.
Like an apple. You look like an apple.
Which will add. You add.
19 will hit.
I just noticed your shirt. That's awesome. Damn it,
Jim, I'm not an
Doctor,
engineer.
not a...
Yeah,
Not a magician.
think all the things he says.
That's great. That's great.
25.
Star Trek.
Wait a minute. Let's,
Magic.
let's damage the guy on the escalator.
These are my last two
I'm a doctor,
bullets,
not a
so I have one more bullet left until I have to reload.
Not a pedestrian? I don't know.
Yeah, I have one more bullet left to reload. And it's going to be a 19 as well. Again.
Okay. Yeah.
Damn it, Jim, I'm not a miner. Digger.
We haven't had any of those yet.
24.
24 damage.
Is it-
Yeah, he hasn't said that yet. As far as we.
So do you know the third one though?
What one?
The guy on the escalator.
I don't know if he says, like, he might say I'm not an escalator. I don't know.
like he's like, Bones, lift me up. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not an escalator.
Damn it, Jim, I can't move any faster.
Yeah, I'd probably be like, help me up this thing. You know?
All right, Brom, it is your turn.
All right,
As Tavish just unloads on this thing, you can see the little bits of rocker flicking
You hit
away.
it twice.
Yep.
I'm going to run. So we're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pick around the corner, assess my target, and then I'm going to unload
Is that the
a.
heavy tree? Oh, yeah.
That's
Right,
the
heavy
heavy
tree. Fill that.
Oh, that's
Not
kind of
filling
way
it.
to it.
Noise. Alright, that is going to be.
Kind of did too much infill there.
I started printing it and
So,
printed the whole thing.
Looking at him, he looks
It was
rock in
halfway through
nature,
before I
right?
noticed, and I'm
And
like,
so I'm going to attempt. I'm going to attempt
just
to, and he was,
Yeah.
what do you call it? He's sentient. He spoke out
Yeah.
loud. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attempt to cast Dissonant Whispers at the 4th level. Seeing that he's a big lumbering creature, he needs to make a Wisdom saving throw of 16, please.
I already have a friend named Lumber. I don't need another one.
And
He makes a save.
His name's Rock.
okay, so he makes the save. So
Yeah, Rocky.
3d6
Maybe we should have asked
Half as
her
much-
if anything else was lurking about.
half as much damage, so that's going to be 66.
Lumbeard.
Well, Lumbeard.
3, 4, 5,
Where is the
6.
dodge?
Alright, here we go. Okay, so we've got 12,
Were you eating chef's food?
16,
That's okay.
That is okay.
He's still yours.
22,
I just wanted to make sure he wasn't getting into any garbage. That's a good question.
21, 25. So that's 25, and then halved is going to be 12.
Did Corey tell you that?
So He'll take 12 damage and no other
right behind
effects
me
at this
while I
point.
was sitting there and I didn't even hear him.
Oh, no,
16,
'cause
16, yeah.
I can do. I will.
Yeah, he made his wisdom, so it was half.
I hear
So
something
at that point, like,
Dodger's turn.
his kind of gravelly, grinding voice, I'm gonna try and think of just the most
like in the theater.
obnoxious, like, I'm gonna take my fingers on the citern and just.
And you can see like that black obsidian crystal kind of flare up, and that like this little like purple wave go through it as it struggles to deal with the assault on its mind from your terrible, terrible music. Akio, it is your turn. Ari, you're on deck.
Alright, I am going to move up. I can make it there. I have 60 feet. And I'm going to cast Shatter at the 5th level.
Alrighty.
And he's inorganic as far as I know.
I haven't
Such
decided.
as stone, crystal, or metal. They have disadvantage.
He's stone.
He is an elemental, so yes, we will count it as disadvantage.
He's a
So
stoner.
he needs to make a Constitution of 16. He probably will, but it's at disadvantage.
He rolls a 15.
Nice.
Okay, disadvantage. He deals double damage to objects and structures, by the way. He's a siege.
Not very good. 18 damage.
18 damage?
Yeah.
So he'll deal double damage to Thornock then.
Yes.
Because he
He's a
is
structure.
an object or a structure.
Well, it's an evocation spell, so I will sculpt around Thornock to be.
Oh, I mean,
to be sure.
he was saying that he does double damage to objects or structures because he's a siege engine.
Yeah, he's the
Okay,
siege
we-
monster.
So he'll do double damage to Thornock.
And
Thank you for that
for
recommendation, Ari.
this spell, I need a chip of mica, so I'll just.
I mean, as long as it's only 12.
So Akio is flying around. He flies around the tree and just points his staff forward, and this rippling sound comes out. And he's kind of raising up this fist, and it kind of gets slammed, and you can see the rock chunks just kind of spilling away. But it is Ari's turn. Lunera, you're on deck.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 movement speed. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
That's literally double my
You totally Naruto'd that, right?
just said
Arms
interloper.
back.
Yeah, he said interloper. Sorry,
See, when I run, I try and do the same thing, except I'm it's like diggy diggy. You want to
If you do it, you get you hot top heavy
It's all the long grass that slows him down.
Yeah. You try to do it and it makes it slower because you're not ready.
Okay.
So with
see over the
your
grass
quick
line, so I
insight
have to
check,
look up.
you do see like this thing is menacingly coming at you. Like it hasn't made an attack against you yet, but it is like charging towards you, and you can see that this like obsidian crystal is forming little like veins of black that are leading down deeper into its head and around its body. And it looks like it's kind of
Destroy the
put it
horn.
into a frenzy.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a shard of the dark crystal. No, not that noise. As
I'm running up, I yell at him. I say, why are you disturbing this orchard? And then I attack.
Okay.
So my first attack is a 23.
23 will hit.
For
As you're rolling your damage, you can hear him rumble. All will be buried beneath the stones.
I need a new
Did he say he's
six-sided
gonna
die. 'cause
teabag
this
us when he
thing
tells
sucks.
us?
Let's see.
His nickname's Landslide.
15 damage.
15 damage.
Second attack is a 26 to hit for 11 damage.
Okay.
Third attack is bad. 14.
14
I
misses.
assume that misses.
Yep.
Final key point for my final attack. 24 to hit
That would hit, yes.
for 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay. So you come in and you just start chunking away at its leg. Every time that you hit it, you can see like more rock is trying to like fill the cracks, and you just keep hitting the rock away. It doesn't look like it's regenerating. It's just looking like it's trying to re-armor its cover the open wounds.
Got it.
Alrighty, Lunera, it is your turn. With the elemental coming up next.
So I'm going to go ahead and shout out to Avish and anybody who is in her. Actually, no, because I've got message. I'll just say,
earring.
aim for the, the crystal that's on his head, on the forehead.
It's the boss's weak spot. It's glowing. There's like a big target around it.
Gotcha.
It's like a Star Fox.
Every time he attacks, he
And
stops.
then, yeah,
Lets
go
you
ahead and move me
swing
up.
at it.
And it goes.
I've got 30 feet of movement.
Would you like to make the dash action to get up to him?
No, I think I'm good. I think I'm good to stay at a distance for now.
Okay.
Come on.
Then
next turn you can attack.
True.
She'll only
She only needs to be here technically.
Oh, because you can go at an angle.
Yeah, because he's 3
Because
by
he
3.
takes up the.
Yeah.
Got it.
Alright. Go ahead. Put me up there.
Alright.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready.
That's what Brown
We just throw our melee users at him and then
Like, seriously, I am running
coach.
this battle.
And the coach is like, eh.
I'm running this battle, and then as I'm just watching the enemy just crumble before me, and just like, I'll get there sometime.
The elemental is going to.
Do you have dimension to it?
I do, but I don't have
It's going to raise
thought
its
about
spiked fist in the air
polymorph
and just
running
slam
like
them
a
both
raptor or
down into the
something.
ground and cause just kind of this shattering of earth. All of these earthen spikes spring up out of the ground in a 30-foot radius.
I guess I should have stayed.
Well, 30-foot radius.
Oh, it was still hit,
It
yeah.
would stay on.
Barely.
There.
So everybody within 30 feet
so
of
we're
it.
up to here.
So you guys see as these spikes like pierce the trunk, and like Braum is like inches from it, but manages to avoid it. So I need a dexterity saving throw from all of you. The DC is 17.
All right, baby.
I don't have it.
Thornock, that's you too.
A 16.
I don't have advantage on saving throws right
Seriously.
Can I do a cutting
Do you
word?
have inspiration?
Oh,
You
actually
use it.
have an
Can I
ability
use cutting
that
words
allows
on the
you to
damage?
roll.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Can I use cutting words on the damage?
What?
If you'd like to, yes.
I would.
What's the
So you spend
no?
your
What's the minimum that I need?
17.
17.
16.
Take it. Good job.
1d8.
All right. Perfect. Thank you, Doctor. 20.
4 is the
Good
reduction.
boy.
so -4 on this, okay?
Yep.
So everybody who
Cutting words of the Bronx.
didn't Thornock, what did you get?
You caught those spikes.
Oh, the real fight's over here!
I rolled a natural 20, but I had inspiration from last time that I used to do it.
Okay, so you used the inspiration, but you did roll the 20 off that. Okay.
Yes.
I forgot I have inspiration.
All right. So, and then you said it was -4, right?
You rolled
advantage.
Minus 4.
Minus 4?
So whatever the damage is, -4.
Okay. So those of you who did not make your save take 3 damage total, and you're knocked prone.
Ooh.
And then those of you who did not take half damage, 1 damage.
Wait, I did.
It is-
Wait, I did make mine.
You did, yep.
Yes.
And it is bludgeoning damage, by the way, so you won't take any. And Thornock won't actually take any either because that's rounded down twice.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like on top of the rock as it goes up. Now you're looking at him.
Whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's better vantage point.
That seems a bit weak. Whatever. But then he does also get to make one more attack, and he's going to bring his fist up to try and hit Lunira with a with his spiked fist.
Do you realize that there's a crystal on your head?
Splash
Okay, I
damage.
thought I'd ask.
So that's 31.
noticing.
Oh, do you like it?
Thinks it has pockets. 31 to hit.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah.
who wouldn't that hit?
O'Driscoll!
That is 26 bludgeoning damage. And then
I think I just understood the other one.
minus the, yeah, so 23. And then I need you to make me a strength saving throw, please. And you use your ability that allows you to reroll it.
Try to
All right.
Lick the 1,
17
so when it
plus
hits the
9,
table, it sticks.
26.
So you make your save.
What's on the other
So
side?
you're only knocked back
20?
5 feet.
Yeah.
It just pushes you back 5 feet.
So lick the 1.
As basically you bring your maces up in time and you bear the brunt of the attack.
You're such a good roller. Thanks.
And then it is Thornock. It is your turn. You're on deck.
Can I lick your dice?
Only if you shoot it with your bow.
We should make t-shirts that say that.
Can I lick your
Can I
dice?
lick your dice?
Just has two D20s.
Have Dodger's face.
I'm gonna attack it.
Okay.
Obviously.
Make it so.
It's a family-friendly show, right?
I don't know. Did we establish that?
Yeah, we're family.
Sort of. It's PG-13.
It's family friendly, just not for the little ones.
So we get one F word,
21.
right? That's the rule.
21 will hit. Yes.
So we need to
But we
keep
have to
track of
reserve it
who's-
for Ryan Reynolds.
Yep.
In case he shows up as Deadpool.
Or Pikachu.
Pikachu.
If he shows up as Pikachu.
22
Pikachu.
damage for the first one.
22.
We have a reserved F-bomb for Ryan Reynolds or Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
We get
Those are
one.
the
You get one
options.
every movie, right?
What about?
So every episode.
We need one from Patrick Stewart as well. I feel like.
I don't think he drops it that much, though.
Didn't he in
maybe one
Samuel
for
Jackson,
the
maybe.
second one.
Sorry, what was the attack on the second one?
Sorry.
29.
29 will hit. Did I say you're on deck, Tavish?
And that is 22 points.
I thought Patrick Stewart said the F word in.
22 points. Okay. Yeah. Well, everybody said the F word in Logan.
Sure.
Especially the guys getting their arms chopped off.
Or getting the
forgot.
things you said.
All right, so Thornot comes in and he's carving away at this elemental, and all of a sudden you can see that it kind of roars, and the outer layer of its shell breaks away, and it looks a lot sleeker now. But the piles of rubble fall to the ground, and then they slowly coalesce into two smaller.
No.
Oh, no.
Scott, just hand me the small ones.
You made minions.
No. Those guys. Those guys.
He looked.
Really?
The minions slip off, and they're like,
do
"Papa."
those. So just put one on either
Or
side,
like,
and then maybe 2 squares away.
Like Blobby's son.
Yeah.
Kill them.
Okay.
Oh, that came out of him.
Yep. If you want to show off the elemental to the camera, you can use one of the bigger ones.
I'm gonna drink your blood.
No, this is the same one right here. It's just
Smaller.
Oh wait, hold on. Yep, I'm slipping down,
Right there.
down, right
Yeah,
there.
there you go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Nice.
Focus. Swing.
Okay. And then it is. Tavish,
Butt
it is your
cheeks.
turn.
Devish.
They do. Look, he has butt cheeks.
It works out.
So I'm going to use my bonus action to reload.
Okay.
Rock hard glutes.
Does a lot of squats.
It does look like a lot of the thicker armor is gone off of the creature, by the way.
Okay. I was thinking about using my bloodstone spell jam, but I don't think
Use
Scorch Ray
a
is
stash
gonna
attack,
help.
and everyone gets knocked out.
Yeah, so I'm gonna follow her advice and aim for the
Okay.
horn crystal.
The crystal horn.
I thought it was obsidian.
That is a 18.
18 will hit.
Nice.
23.
Okay.
And again, much higher.
Okay.
30. $24.
It's 24. Okay. You deliver 2 shots to the shard itself, and you can see kind of these cracks starting to form. Just kind of. Yes. And then it is Brahm.
All right. So seeing this effect, I am also going to try and aim my next chaos bolt that will hit. We're thinking positively.
3rd time's a charm.
Mind over matter.
It's gonna work, guys. It's gonna work.
It's a 9, not a 6. So that's going to be +8. So that is a total of 17.
That will hit.
So it hits! Haha! Okay. So now I actually.
Chaos.
What
And-
type is
wait.
it? It's probably stone.
I know, it's going to be like
Stone damage.
Stone damage. So it needs to
Smoke too much.
Stone
damage.
So 5 and a 2, so the 2 of those is going to be lightning and gun 2 cold.
Okay.
So the lightning is 2 damage. The cold is 5 damage in case that's a problem. And then there's a plus a d6. Oh, they're all over here. Plus a d6. That's a 1. Sorry, I'm making sure I'm casting this at the 4th level, so I'm trying to make sure I do the right amount of d6s. 1 more d6. That's 2, so that's 3 extra damage. So total of...
10.
Do you want them split?
No, 10 damage.
10 damage
Okay.
total.
As this kind of white arcing lightning slams into the crystal, and you can see like the frost forming on just beneath it.
Ah, brain freeze!
Chemical embrittlement.
Didn't look like there was any like
That whole spell did
resistance.
10 damage?
It was that was it for I roll 2 d8s plus a 1d6 and then actually there's one more d6. You're right, because there's a 1d6 that comes with it. And I'm doing it level 4. That's another freaking one. So make that 1 more point of damage. Yeah,
Oh, in that case, he's dead.
it was it's pretty pitiful.
I kind of wish now. That sounds better. Akio, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna cast a lightning bolt right at its gym.
Okay.
And see if I can shatter its head.
You should line up. You're flying, right?
Mm-hmm. Or not?
Line up the minions.
Yeah. Shoot it in a... doesn't it go in a line?
Are they directly in a line?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I'll do that. Let's see.
Jump into line.
At 60 feet should be
Everybody in
yeah,
time.
so
Rock your body in time.
yeah, I'll just get right there.
Be like above the tree, or you're
Right in
gonna...
front of it. Yep. And I'm casting it at the 4th level. And so it's a constitution of... a dex of 16.
Okay.
So let's see.
Mini.
As you're flying.
First minion makes the save. You said 16?
Yeah.
Big guy makes a save. The second minion does not make a save.
No!
30 damage if they didn't make it, and then half 15 if they did.
Okay.
What's the spell again?
Lightning bolt.
Cool.
Which little guy didn't make it?
The one nearest to you.
30 damage to that little guy.
Yep.
So he's toast?
No, he's still alive.
Oh.
No, he's rock.
He just didn't make his
Saving throw.
a toast elemental.
He's a toasty rock.
Hurry, butter him and eat him!
Yeah, so this
Cinnamon
lightning bolt
sugar,
goes
and he's
right.
got his weakness.
This kind of like purple fire or this purple energy lightning bolt goes through all 3 of them, and they kind of charge people.
It goes 100 feet, so this tree's on fire. By the
Oh
way.
yeah, it splits in half, like full on. All right. Oh, actually, no. Sorry, minion's turn.
We hear Thorn again. No.
Not another one. So the first minion is going to scramble up to the prone Ari and make an attack.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, two attacks.
Uh-oh.
The first is a 21 to hit.
Hits.
Okay, and I'm just gonna roll the second one really quick here.
Is this
The second one is higher, so this will be 2 attacks against you.
Is this the top of the round? Before?
No, this is the bottom of the
bottom of the
round.
round. Okay,
Yep.
just making sure. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
I'm losing you. I'm losing you.
Not until
You
this
know, I don't
dice
have a big
rolls.
enough for that.
That is a total of 35 bludgeoning
Son of a-
damage. As the thing just comes down and starts pounding on you.
Always
One
have
more
a
of those and
little
I'm
kid.
dead.
His name It's like a Pokemon, he just says his name.
Drug.
Gug, 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 gug.
Or it's like
And the other one is going to
Galaxy
charge right up to...
Oh, yeah.
when they're chanting rock, rock, rock.
What is the name?
Rock.
It's... somebody will have to look
I'll
at
look it up for you.
it. Attack. First attack against Lunera is a 2, so that's going to miss. The second attack is going to be a 23 to hit you as well.
Son of a- Okay,
And
that's how you know when it hits.
yeah, when you shout son of a...
Son of a.
So that's 15 bludgeoning damage, so you'll minus 3 off of that for your heavy armor proficiency. And then it is the top of the round with Ari, and then Lunera's on
Okay.
deck.
Stand up.
Okay.
And
You're actually 1 square forward if you want. You were right next
yeah.
to when you were prone.
maybe I got knocked backwards when he
Nope.
knocked me prone.
Would you like it to?
Yeah.
Okay then.
I don't want to be close to Dad. I'm half dead. I'm gonna kill the whelp.
I half dead, I'm dead.
Okay, so I'm. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm not gonna attack him. I take that back because I'm not gonna get my sneak attack damage if I don't attack Dad, because he has to be 5 feet away from a enemy. So, okay, 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
For finally 22 damage.
Okay.
Next attack is a 22 again.
Okay.
For no, I don't roll that. What am I doing? 13 damage. And final attack, because I don't have any more key points, is only a 15. I'm assuming that misses.
15 actually hits.
Hooray!
Mm-hmm. This thing has reduced armor.
Yeah, it's huge.
10 damage.
10 damage. Okay.
Nice.
So you deliver a few blows. Again, you're just crumpling this leg. It looks on its last leg.
Last rock.
Yeah. But he is still
Looks like he's on his last
standing. And then it is Lunira with an enemy up next.
So,
If you break his leg off, the little one will just come and take its place.
Two of them.
Like every time he kicks, it'll just.
It's like a
It'll be like King Louis in Jungle Book, where he's
Yeah.
trying to hold up his crumbling kingdom.
Yeah.
So what I want to
Voltron,
do
like,
is
symbol.
I want to try and climb up onto Grignac Rock.
Okay.
The big one, little one.
The big guy.
Alright.
Piggy rock.
But I know I need to. I should probably make an attack first. With that, I mean, oof. You okay?
So if you leave the area of that minion, it's going to get another attack on you, attack of opportunity. But you can attempt to climb up and scale the arm of this thing if you want.
Yeah. What I want to.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that attack first.
Okay.
And that's going to actually that will hit.
Okay.
So it's going to be a total of 17 bludgeoning damage to you.
You're so mean.
Minus
Right.
your usual. And then go ahead and roll me an athletics check.
Okay. 4 plus.
I believe because you're wearing heavy armor, you have. Is it disadvantage? No, never mind. It's only stealth check.
Yeah, it's only
for that.
stealth.
Okay.
13.
Thank you. 13.
So you can't get enough purchase. This thing is moving around too much, so you won't be able to climb up it.
You forgot your mountain climbing gear.
Ah, dang it! I'm still wearing the ice.
The snowshoes.
Yeah, snowshoes. Okay.
You can still make your attack though. That was just
All right.
movement.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and make some attacks.
Or what are we attacking?
Well, I will go ahead and attack big guy. I want.
Big Papa.
Yeah, Big Papa.
Big Daddy.
Papa Rock. All right, let's go ahead and first attack here. Oh, sorry. So that is 19. First attack.
19 will hit.
For 13 damage.
Okay. So I'll stop you there. You realize you're not going to get enough purchase to climb up this thing, so you quickly shout legs, and Ari and Thornock both chop. One sweep or a chop from Thornock, and I guess a sideways karate chop, and they take out the legs. They finally get through that portion, and this thing falls to its knees, and its crystal comes down low enough that you just reach up and just slam your hammer into it, and it shatters.
Okay.
And this thing just falls to rubble in front of you guys.
So he dies.
Yes.
All.
What was your intention with hitting?
I was
him in
so
the
my
face with a
thinking was
mace?
like it was under some sort of spell.
Yeah, like getting rid of the rock to
So
cure
getting rid of that.
Yeah.
Would have made it.
As it kind of crumbles, you do see that there's like this web of obsidian that's been like inked through it. So it's been basically, it was an infection, or it looked like an infection, but it looked like one that had gone so deep that you couldn't get rid of it without
save
killing the
it.
host.
Okay. So that was only my first attack. So
Yes.
I'll go ahead if I can turn back the time and attack mini me for 15?
15 will miss.
Oh no. Okay, final attack. Here we go. Ooh, 12.
That will miss as well.
Yeah.
Flush with victory, and you're like, oh yeah, these guys.
Yeah, whatever. I'll let somebody else handle it. Thornock, somebody else. It's your turn.
Who can I attack first?
There's a small one to your left.
That's who I'm going for.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Somebody drag him out of the way.
17 first attack.
Okay, that will hit.
Do you care if I roll both my attacks first?
Actually, in this case, I will ask you to roll your damage first. So,
Okay.
yeah. Normally I wouldn't, but in this case, this is one of those situations where it's like you may take care of
kill
it.
him.
So it's 27 points of damage.
That's enough to kill it.
Okay. Can I use my movement to go to the one by party?
Yep, and then go ahead and make your second attack.
29 to hit.
29 will hit.
And then 26 points of damage.
That's enough to kill the other one.
So I just imagine him running in and hitting one and sending him flying the other one.
Yeah, just like two different directions.
Kicking in and just crumbles.
All right. So you all have a moment to collect yourselves. As you look over at the rubble, you see that this obsidian crystal is like slowly just crumbling until it's nothing but little tiny chunks of nothing. Basically, it doesn't even look like precious rock anymore. And you also look around and you see that what remains of the owl bears, all of the stone and shale that was on their bodies is also just tumbling
The
away.
same spell that animated this must have been
Can
arming the owl bears.
can we look at can I investigate the rock elemental and just see if we can kind of deduce the nature? I'll take a minute to do my
Sure, go ahead.
detect magic.
Go ahead and detect magic. When you open your eyes, you see the kind of the fading natural magic of the world.
Okay.
In fact, even that, it's not really enhancement or animation. It's like elemental magic specifically.
Okay.
You kind of inspect it a little bit, but you can't quite understand what happened here.
Okay.
This isn't really your area of expertise.
Okay.
I mean, there's not enough information to go on with this.
I'd like to take a short rest.
Okay.
If I could.
Yeah.
Sure.
So what we're gonna do?
Start
Gather
meditating.
up talons. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually skip ahead a little bit. You guys gather up the talons, everybody can take a short rest. In fact, what we're going to do is we cut away to later that evening, and you've just finished telling Lumber this story as you all sit around this kind of this tree stump that has all of these like glowing mushrooms on them that give off the same kind of warmth that a fire would, but obviously Lumber does not want a fire around him. Although he is smoking a pipe. Like, he does have a very long stone pipe that he is puffing on. And he goes, "That is quite the tale. I did not think any of the elemental princes were out and about like that, let alone corrupted."
Elemental prince?
Oh, I forget you mortals don't really know about that. He was, I guess the proper term would be noble rather than prince, if you wanted to compare it to your mortal standards, but Dornash was kind of the local lord of the earth elementals around here. Him being corrupted is unsettling, to say the least.
So you think there's something larger at play here, perhaps?
Perhaps. I'll have to confer with the druids and see what we can find out. And if I need you again, I can call. Or find you.
Yes. Please do.
Oh, and of course, and he brings out 2 crates, one of honey mead, one of other kind of assorted fruits. And he says, feel free to spend the night. We could chat, tell stories. I'm sure Tavish has way too many. He always did. And then in the morning, it's back to work for lonely old me.
I wanna try the mead and see if it's as good as the mead from my monastery.
Okay. It's fair. Like, it's a fair honey mead. It's not really up to your quality. You're a little biased. But he does know how to, like, work with fruit and honey and everything. And it's kind of expected when you're a tree. You kind of know that sort of thing. So
I raise the mug to him and I say, "Excellent vintage, grandfather."
Well, thank you.
Tip it back.
I would like to get belligerently drunk.
Okay. Thornak.
All draw. Oh, with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Thornak and Akio get into a drinking contest as Lumber turns to you and he says, or Tavish, and he says, "Yeah, I used to have some helpers around here, but they all kind of went off to help the druids of the forest. But I really need our fairies, but it's so hard to get anything. You need like the mother tree or something for it to get that."
Oh, I got a twig from a mother tree.
You what?
I have a twig from a mother tree.
You have a twig from a mother tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a twig from a mother tree. All together now.
See it?
I produce it.
And he reaches out his hand like very delicately, and you set it in there, and he looks at it and he goes, I don't know what to say. This is an incredible gift that you have here.
He eats it.
It's a delicacy.
I haven't turned it into my wand yet.
Can it help you in this?
With this, I could grow my own mother tree and attract a few pixies to help me around the orchard.
That's an awesome idea. You should plant it.
I wouldn't dream of taking this without offering you something in return, though.
Give him one of those
Just name the tree after.
mysterious beans.
So he delicately sets it down, and he opens up like the bark that is like his thigh, basically. And he reaches inside, and he pulls out a.
You have pockets? It's so adorable.
He pulls out an axe, but it's like a lumber axe, right?
Uh-huh.
And he sets it down, and he goes, "This is my most precious gift. And if anybody deserves to have this, it would be someone who has earned a twig of the mother tree."
Alright.
That's a
a good trade. I'll take the axe.
From the
And he hands it to you, and he goes, "That axe belonged to a woodsman who, on his first journey into the forest, cut down a tree and immediately stoked the ire of a dryad. And she enchanted his axe as a sort of curse so that it would not harm any living creature. But the two fell in love, as two people often do in stories, and eventually they had
A baby axe.
they planted a tree of their own to replace it.
I figured that would cause a problem. I mean, most people don't fall in love.
I want to hear the rest of the
I feel like,
story.
he cut a tree.
Simmer down,
And she-
Monero. I want to hear
And trust me, that came up many times during their relationship. I assure
Remember
you.
that time you cut that tree down?
You cut your
Shut up about it. Sorry, okay?
You gonna attack it?
So it turned into an axe.
This is his axe.
Oh, the
I
axe.
am the tree.
Oh,
Oh.
you are the tree.
And when my father, I guess he was my father, passed on, he left the axe to me, and I have been waiting for somebody worthy to use it or pass it on to somebody noble.
Is the enchantment still active? Can it not be used to harm?
Yes, it is powerful, and it will cut through any non-living material as if it were nothing. But it still hurts to whack something with it, but it's not going to cut any living creature.
It's shaped like Thor's axe.
So
Let's try it out.
this is because he's basically explaining the enchantment for you. You can actually look it up, I believe, because homebrew items are shared over the campaign. You might be able to find it. This is the Axe of the Forlorn Woodsman.
advantage to hit.
Yeah.
Basically, this is a great axe that is a +2 magic weapon. Any damage that is dealt to living creatures is considered non-lethal bludgeoning damage instead of the normal slashing damage. But any damage or any attack that you make against an undead or a construct creature deals an extra D8 damage.
Oh yeah.
And how much? What's its regular damage range?
It's a D12 is the damage range. It's a great axe.
So that could potentially replace an evil, soul-corrupting sword.
I have to figure out a way to share it or something.
Yeah.
Did it not come up for you? Okay, it came up on Tavish has it, but I'll figure out a way to share it.
Can I take a look at that?
Yeah, I mean, well,
But first, because we're both like really drunk, I'm gonna just see if it can kill anybody, and I'm gonna smack the crap out of Thornock with it. Okay. Just see what happens.
Yeah.
You type axe first?
Yeah.
AXE? Okay. Yeah, so it came up for mine. I'll add it just so we have
Okay,
it.
so just so we have a record of it.
So yeah, you slam it into Thornock, and Thornock, it deals like it hurts. It's like getting punched or getting smacked with a club, but it doesn't cut into him. But then, like, as you pull it back and you like go over to a rock and hit it, it just cuts cleanly into the rock and then pulls out, and it's still as sharp as it was.
I can kill his sword.
Hey, hit me with it again. This time in the face.
Okay, I hit him in the face.
Super drunk.
Yeah, definitely no cuts, but probably
it still didn't cut me. Do it again.
Probably a broken nose there.
Ow!
Our magic axe is super cool,
You can fix it easily.
although maybe less cool.
Hey, while
Damn right, less cool, says Hazaran.
while they're whacking each other with axes, I want to take a bottle of
Axe whack.
of mead over to what's his name, the dwarf.
Oh, Varam. Yeah.
Varam in the roots. And I just sit down next to him and I
In the root cellar?
yeah.
You would say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I see him? Is he like visible or is he like buried?
Like if you, as you're heading over there, Lumber kind of sees, and then just the roots kind of peel away, and then you
Okay.
can open up the cellar doors.
I don't say anything. I just hand him the bottle of mead.
And he grabs it and he goes, "Thank you."
You find his corpse. Hold on, what?
He's suffocated.
We've been gone for days.
I just nod and I sit down next to him, kind of cross-legged in a lotus position, and just drink. Silently.
So the camera pans away. We see Ari and Vram sharing a drink of wine. It pans back and we see Akio hitting Thornock in various places with the axe without any sort of visible scars. Lunar is relaxing by the mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
They're glowing
fire.
mushrooms.
I've enlisted Brahm to play some background music while I tell a big epic tale to Fortigan and whoever.
Yeah.
I will play the prelude to the Final Fantasy, specifically Final Fantasy X.
You're just background. You're like background background sounds, and then like when I tell some like exciting part, you're like.
And Fortigan does absolutely listen to like every word. He seems very patient.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to end tonight.
He trades
How
in
long does it
stories.
take for a mother tree to grow?
It's fairly quick. It's a magical tree. Mhm.
Okay.
Come back and still.
So he is.
No, I do want to come back and visit it though.
Yeah. And he says you're welcome at the orchard anytime.
Thank you.
All right. So now for everybody's favorite part. Experience.
Finally found a use for my mother tree twig.
Tavish gets inspiration tonight.
Oh, I already had it.
Okay.
So I don't get too good.
You can pass it off to somebody if you feel like they did something cool.
Something cool!
Actually, I'll give it to you.
I already have.
Well, you can now pass it off. I was gonna say because of the giving the mother tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I will give it. Who doesn't have it? Inspiration. I will give it to you for sacrificing it to get a higher initiative, so you can deal more damage to that one. Right. So there you go.
Can we I'm assuming we take a long rest at this
Yes,
point.
everybody will be able to get a long rest.
Cool.
Oh, there's 6 of you. I'm like, there's 6 owl bears, so add them all together and then divide it by the number of players. Oh, there's 6 players. So, 2,300 experience apiece for the owl bears.
Oh, and what about the
Is somebody close to leveling? Is that what I'm hearing?
We all
Yes.
are. We all are.
Yeah, we all are.
We are within 500. Specifically, it's 496.
Ooh.
He's gonna give us 495.
I'm so close.
Did you say 2,300 or
I'm
23?
just shy of
2,300.
100.
Can I sacrifice my inspiration for added XP?
For the Earthen Noble, Earthen Prince, and the 2 minions that he spawned, 1,966
Yay!
experience.
Yes!
1,900?
966. 1,966.
Ding.
What happens at level 10?
Soon as that happens, as soon as we killed him and he fell over, Brahm's muscles were just like...
Achievement level 10.
Let's see what happens at level 10.
We go to the epic tier. Or whatever it's called.
Paragon.
Paragon.
That's level 11.
Paragon
Now
levels.
from-
Paragon 1.
No, you switch from
Your
form
bard,
to
for the
heroic.
bard, the bardic inspiration goes up to a D10. You get something called expertise, and you get magical secrets.
Yep. I get another book that I can choose whatever I want from wherever I want.
I'm only
It just appears out of nowhere.
I'm only level 7.
Yes.
Monk.
So, magical secrets is choose 2 spells from any class, including this one. Including this one, weird. A spell you choose must be a level you can cast, as shown on the bard table, or a cantrip.
Wish. No.
The chosen spell counts as a bard spell for you and are included in the number of spells known column of the bard table. So basically, you get 2 special spells from any other class.
Yep.
Then we have...
So then the College of Lore.
We're just going to go over these because I like going over what everybody gets. Thornock gets a path feature, which I don't know if I have that specific path in here, so...
I get the ability to communicate with one of my totem spirits and ask information.
Is it a duck?
It is now an owl bear.
It's not. All of my totem creatures are based off the sea monsters.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're a pirate.
Yep.
An owl seal.
A kraken.
So far, it was shark, sperm whale, electric.
Lunera gets to choose another fighting style, which will help
Opal
her.
Gangnam.
Which Opal Gangnam style.
And she's up.
I believe you were going defense to get a +1 bonus to AC, actually. If I remember correctly, is what we were looking at. For
Oh,
that.
I'm gonna leave one of these here.
Okay, sure.
If you guys want to leave any of them here, it's fine. I can store them so they don't get broken.
Ari
take this
gets
one to
purity
fix.
of body.
I don't. I'm only level 7 monk
Oh, that's right, you are.
because I multi-classed, but I do get actually a couple of cool things.
Yeah, you get evasion, which is amazing.
Yeah, I wish I would have had it that last time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, evasion gives me if you cast a fireball and I fail my save, I still take half damage. If I make my save, I take no damage.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
And then
That's cool. And stillness of mind, which means I can like end an effect on myself that causes me to be charmed or frightened.
Yep.
Nice.
And then I believe Tavish.
I get natural explorer improvement and hide in plain sight.
Nice.
Very nice.
Arcane
Empowered
I get
evocation.
additional favored terrain
Banishment.
types. Like it.
Black tentacles.
Basically, you can camouflage yourself better. So
Yeah.
cool. And then I think
Conjure elemental.
I think some. Do you get
I
new
get
spells?
I get empowered evocation, which allows me to add my intelligence modifier to 1 damage roll,
Nice.
which is my intelligence modifier.
Plus
4
4
plus.
three,
Let's see.
4 or 5.
Yeah, it's probably plus
There you
4.
go.
And you get an extra 5th level spell, which is nice.
Yes, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
Gaseous form.
Yeah, so that's an additional +4 to one spell of my choice.
Okay, so that's you can add your intelligence modifier to the damage roll of any wizard evocation spell you cast.
Oh,
So,
any evocation spell.
Any evocation spell.
Which is pretty much most of mine since I'm an evoker.
So you add that to like everybody else adds that for their weapons. So
Right.
pretty cool.
Nice.
Level 10 is pretty nice.
Phantasmal.
But is it only like a one-time use is what it sounds like,
Nope,
right?
that's every spell. Every evocation spell that you cast gives you that intelligence bonus.
+4.
Yeah. So you just get +4 damage on all evocation
What's that
spells.
thing in Harry Potter they have in the closet and it turns into the person's deepest fear?
Boggart.
A boggart.
I can create a boggart. We can
Nice.
create a boggart and have it torment that person.
Can you help me change that?
Like when we're trying to.
All right,
to
well, thanks
interrogate
everybody
someone.
for coming.
Yeah. Professor
It
Snape.
was a good night. Next week we will continue on our way back towards Waterdeep, and we'll see what happens as we continue the Order of the Spear's adventure.
As a reminder, thank you to our partner, KC Game On. They're actually having their large winter 3-day LAN party in Kansas City. It's the largest LAN party in Missouri and Kansas, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
So, if you're wanting any details on that, go to KC Game On. Is it Game On or Game Con? I think it might be Game Con for this one. .com. And then we are still doing Extra Life. I haven't checked the stats. I'll have to check those. My phone was dead, so I don't have it with me. And then tomorrow, I believe we have something that may or may not happen. I know that we have one of our party members for tomorrow that's not going to be there. I just haven't heard back if anyone wanted to proceed or not.
I need to figure that out. I'm not sure.
Okay. So there may or may not be something tomorrow, but stay tuned. So, okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.